Skinny Hardaway Southern T, back with another EP. And y'all do your boy a favor, y'all smash that like button for your boy when you roll on in. Whether you're here for a good time or a long time, we'll greatly appreciate everybody if they could smash that like button for your boy. I was gonna come hit y'all this morning with a fight breakdown and prediction, which I'm still gonna do. Just go do it a little later. John Bowser is taking on Richardson Hitchens. Think that's gonna be a highly entertaining fight. We got two young prospects, two rising prospects. You know what I mean, coming up. So I'm most definitely go do that fight breakdown for sure, for sure. But I want to have a little boxing conversation. You know, bright and early this morning before we get the day going. I want to have a boxing conversation bright and early. Before we get the day going. You know what I mean. I want to talk about something that's been circulating around. Something that I was there's something that I was a little curious about myself. You know what I mean? So I did my due diligence. I asked a couple questions, found a couple people. You know what I mean? Got some answers, right? So we all know the news that's been floating around, circulating around lately, right? Pertaining to Bud Crawford, right? We know he has a mandatory next in line. He has a mandatory next in line. The mandatory has not been called just yet, right? But if you take a look on at the rankings yourself, you could see that Alexis Rocha is looking like he's going to be the next person called up for Bud Crawford's mandatory, right? So it's looking like Alexis Rocha is going to be the guy. Nothing official yet, but it's looking like he's going to be the guy. Boots removed himself by going the IBF route. Virgil Ortiz, removed himself by going the WBA route. His next fight is going to be for a WBA championship against Amantis Stenonis, right? His next fight is going to be for a WBA championship against Amantis Stenonis, right? So that's the first two guys in the WBO, out of, and then you go to Keith Thurman, who has just moved to the 154-pound division to take on Errol Spence in his first fight at the 154-pound division, right? So you got those top three guys in the WBO, and the fourth guy on that list is Alexis Rocha. Alexis Rocha will be the next name up, will be the next guy in line for Bud Crawford's mandatory fight, right? So Alexis Rocha, his promotional outlet is Golden Boy. Golden Boy, is in business with DAZN, right? So Golden Boy, network, fight network platform, right? Their network platform, they're partnered with DAZN. DAZN is the one who showcases and shows all of Golden Boy's fights, right? So with the news floating around, right, that Bud Crawford is going to fight Alexis Rocha next, who's a Golden Boy fighter. What's good, Jay Gibson? Appreciate you sliding through. If y'all could hit that thumbs up for your boy. He'll keep the lights with the views. They already messed up, your boy ads for whatever reason. They're yellow, but we go make it happen. We go cook anyway. YouTube be trying to kill a nigga's spirit. I swear they do. But I ain't gonna let none kill my goddamn spirit. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna let none kill my goddamn spirit. But appreciate you sliding through this, young Jay Gibson. If y'all could, jab that like button. So Alexis Rocha is looking like he's going to be called next up for Bud Crawford mandatory, right? Now, people saying, I'm not sure. How we know that Bud signed the Golden Boy. Who said Bud signed the Golden Boy? Well, to answer your question, Oscar DelaHoya said it. Oscar DelaHoya posted a picture with him. He posted a picture with Bernard, with Bernard Hopkins, right? And then he also put out, a couple tweets. It said, oh, Virgil Ortiz and Bud Crawford at Dallas Stadium in the summer. You know what I mean? I already know, Jay. I already know it's all good, Jay. What's good, PGX? Appreciate you sliding through this thing, PGX. Glad you can make it pimp. If y'all could, hit that thumbs up for your boy when you roll on in. Whether you're here for a good time or a long time. Greatly appreciate everybody sliding through this thing. You know what I mean? What Oscar DelaHoya, right? Oscar DelaHoya is the one who got this room out here running, got this room out here burning strong, right? He posted a photo with him, the Golden Boy CEO, which would be Bernard Hopkins and Bud Crawford. No, Bud Crawford was standing right in the middle of both of them. You know what I mean? So that is how these rumors started to circulate, right? You got that picture that Oscar DelaHoya himself put out. Then you had Oscar DelaHoya, you know what I mean, hinting that, oh, Virgil Ortiz, Bud Crawford, Dallas Stadium in the summer. You know what I mean? So you got Oscar DelaHoya playing into it, right? Putting it out there as if, you know what I mean, that this could be a plausible thing. Also, we know that Alexis Rocha is probably more than likely going to be next in line. He's also a Golden Boy, you know what I mean, fighter. So everything is started, you know, everything is looking like, right, that it is true, that our eyes are not deceiving us, right, that Bud Crawford actually is, you know what I mean, Golden Boy Promotions. Now, the information that I got, that was me telling, you know, that was me, you know, hopping on the people. You don't know if he's signed the Golden Boy. Everybody just running with it because you saw it. Well, it's Oscar DelaHoya who's letting it, you know, ride on as if that he has signed Bud Crawford, right? So publicly, you can't blame people, you know what I mean, for speculating or for talking about it or anything like that, because that's what they're doing. They're placating to the people. They're doing that on purpose to get the people to talk, right? I got 6 people in the building. I got 5 likes. I need everybody in the building to hit that thumbs up, whether you just rolling in, whether you gonna be here for a good time or a long time. Greatly appreciate just sliding through. If y'all could jab that thumbs up for your boy, right? But to get into the, you know, the detail, the schematics, where I actually has figured out on my own, right? Talking to my guys, I'm gonna tell y'all this. As of right now, today, Bud Crawford isn't officially, right, signed to Oscar DelaHoya and Golden Boy Promotions. Not officially, right? He's not officially signed to Oscar DelaHoya and Golden Boy Promotions. What you saw upon yesterday, right? What you saw, well, not yesterday, but what you saw, Oscar DelaHoya, you know what I mean? He went to the Alexis Rocha fight. He went to the Alexis Rocha fight because Alexis Rocha, like I stated earlier, is probably more than likely going to be his next mandatory call, right? So he went to the Alexis Rocha fight to scout a possible opponent. Now, Rocha is ranked high in the WBO, so that is a possible opponent for Bud Crawford, right? There's one reason he went, right? The second reason he went, knowing that he would probably have to fight Alexis Rocha next, right? Also knowing that Alexis Rocha deals with Golden Boy and Oscar DelaHoya, right? If there is going to be a fight, more than likely it's going to be through Golden Boy and Oscar DelaHoya, because Bud Crawford is a promotional free agent, meaning he doesn't have promotional backing, or he doesn't have an outlet, meaning he doesn't have a stage to perform, right? He doesn't have a stage to he doesn't have a stage to perform visually, right? So more than likely, he is going to be fighting on the zone with Golden Boy, with Alexis Rocha promoter. You know what I mean? Bud Crawford had a one-off fight with BLK Prime. He had a one-off fight with BLK Prime because he is indeed, you know what I mean, his own person. He's not being backed by entity or nothing like that. Quick. What's good, quick. Appreciate you sliding through this thing. Quick. TWT in the building. Appreciate you sliding through this thing quick. Glad you could make it. What's good, pugilism? He said, on-time boxing head, no rare in this game. Makes it easy. Boxing business, dead center of all the industry. Smithsburg represents a lot of energy people sleeping on. Not surprised. Them both still center. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. But you know, he went to Golden Boy. He went to the Alexis Rocha fight. He went to the Alexis Rocha fight. He went to the Alexis Rocha fight because he knew that he was Alexis Rocha is possibly an opponent, right? To say Bud Crawford signed, you know what I mean? To say he signed, you know what I mean, to Golden Boy right now would not be true, right? But there is a deal in place, right? There is a few options rolling, circulating right now between Golden Boy and Bud Crawford. These coming directly from, one of my sources. No, I'm not telling y'all my sources, you know what I mean? But there is they are engaging in business talks. Oscar DelaHoya, he does want Bud Crawford to be a part of, Golden Boy. What Oscar DelaHoya is saying that it just, it makes sense. You got to fight Alexis Rocha next, right? You're a promotional free agent. We have fighters, for you to fight. Come on down to the Alexis Rocha fight. Check out, one of my fighters, a possible future opponent of yours. And then we could talk about, that fight, and we could talk about maybe having future fights. So officially, right, he has not signed to Golden Boy. But, right, logically, it actually would make sense, with Bud Crawford being at the 147-pound division, right? For one fight for sure, right? I'm not sure, if you want Virgil Ortiz, right, it makes sense as well, right? So if your next goal, right, if your Bud is to fight Alexis Rocha, which will be your mandatory, right, and then it's the fight of Virgil Ortiz, assuming that he wins the Stanonis fight, right? Then I personally, don't think it's a bad idea to, sign with Golden Boy. I think the thing that people are struggling with right now is, y'all do your boy a favor. I got 9 people in the building, 7 thumbs up, 8 thumbs up. Y'all hit that thumbs up for your boy. Whether you sliding through, you're gonna be here for a duration or whatnot. Help keep the lights with the views, letting YouTube know that you up. Whether you like me or you dislike me, if you decide to come through, hit the like button. If you don't, fuck with me, get the fuck out. You know what I mean? Shout out to them 2 people that just got the fuck out. I'm glad that you got the fuck out. You know what I mean? Greatly appreciate you. But I don't necessarily see, a problem with, him signing to Golden Boy, right? If his next fight is going to be his mandatory versus Rocha, and then he's going to try to, get that Virgil Ortiz fight. I think what people is struggling right now, because people still stuck in this in this Bud thing, the Earl and Bud thing is no more. One person is at 154, the other person is at 147. People still looking for reasons to say Bud ducked Earl or Earl ducked Bud. However you feel about it is, however you feel about it is how you feel about it, right? But at this point, if you're still piecing together, Spence Earl, Spence this, Spence no. If you're Bud Crawford, if you're on Bud Crawford's team, what's good, Edgar Chavez? Appreciate you sliding through. If you're on Bud Crawford's team, yes, it will behoove you to keep that alive. It will behoove you, to keep talking about that. It will behoove you, to keep that brewing, because Bud Crawford, has achieved his greatest success during this Earl Spence, saga. If you want to keep the people interested, in what you got going, if you team Bud, yeah. Of course, if I'm Oscar DelaHoya, I'll say, oh yeah, we can make the Spence fight. If I'm anybody that's dealing with a Bud Crawford, I will want to keep that, alive. But truthfully, if one is at 154 and the other is at 147, if one is at 154 and the other is at 147, no fight can happen. And I think right now, people just stuck in the flux, right? Right? People say that fight ain't gonna happen, but deep down, they want that fight to happen still. Me, I see the writing on the wall. You know what I mean? So the best thing, so what I'm doing right now, right? I think the best thing that will be for all of us to do, right, is to just pick up our shit and move forward. If you're Bud Crawford, you signing to the Zone and Golden Boy actually makes perfect sense for a 147 fighter with the WBO belt whose mandatory is Alexis Rocha, who signed to Golden Boy, and whose next fight is possibly going to be Virgil Ortiz, who's going to have the WBA strap, right? It would make perfect sense for you to sign to Golden Boy. Now, all this, what this says is, right, if I'm on the Bud side, right, I want to keep alive Earl Doug Bud. Oh, Bud might fight Earl later on, right? But if I'm just a boxing fan, right, or I'm on the Earl Spence side, I can see the writing on the wall. Earl Spence has moved on. You know what I mean? Type deal. But if I'm Bud Crawford, I keep the interest of the people by, you know, stringing that that fight along. But in actuality, Bud Crawford's goal are all set at 147, right? Now what people are talking about, now what Oscar De La Hoya is talking about right now is, oh, he could fight Earl at 154. You know what I mean? That's what people are saying now. They can fight at 154. We don't want to see. Yeah, I'm finna really cook now. Hold on. We never wanted to see Errol Spence versus Bud Crawford. That wasn't the cachet. That's not what's holding the cachet for us. That's not what's holding the cachet for us. Errol Spence and Bud is not the cachet. The undisputed championship fight was the cachet. I don't give a damn. I don't care if Errol Spence ever fights Bud Crawford. Those guys have always been one division apart. The only reason I cared about it, the only reason that I cared about it, Key Height was good. The only reason that I cared about it is because it was for undisputed. It's because Bud Crawford came up to 47 and he got a belt. And then I was like, oh shit, I get to see the best fighter at 140 fight the best fighter at 147, Errol Spence versus Bud. And then I thought it was gonna happen. And then all this bullshit happened. I feel like my favorite fighter, Bud Crawford, ducked Errol Spence, right? And I feel like now my favorite fighter, Bud Crawford, just trying to use Errol Spence's name, for clap. You know what I mean? I really feel like Errol Spence fans are the ones that keeps Bud Crawford's name alive the most, because Errol Spence fans talk about Bud Crawford more than anybody. And that's me as a Terrence Crawford fan who thinks Errol Spence beats him. You know what I mean? Type deal. But the reason that fight held so much cachet is because it was for undisputed. You know what I mean? Because it was for undisputed. You get what I'm saying? The Bud Crawford and Errol Spence is not a must-see fight. That is not a must-see fight unless it's connected to undisputed. And I'm going to say it again. That is not a must-see fight. Errol Spence versus Bud is not a must-see. It's not the biggest fight in boxing if undisputed is not involved. Them fighting at 154, them Golden Boy, right? Golden Boy, Oscar De La Hoya, and Bud saying we'll fight Earl later on down the line. Is them saying we'll fight him at 154, which makes perfect sense for them because they want you to keep watching Rocha and they want you to watch him fight Virgil, right? That makes perfect sense for them, right? But the Errol Spence alone and Bud alone, that fight is not the same at 154 if ain't no belts on the line. You get what I'm saying? That's not the same fight if it's not for undisputed. That was the big fight because Bud had the belts, the last belts, and Earl had 3. You know what I mean? As far as marketing go, television, sales, people are not just clamoring to see Bud Crawford like that. Bud Crawford don't even do regular, steady pay-per-views. You get what I'm saying? The people not clamoring to see him fight like that. The people are clamoring to see legacy fights, championship fights, big fights, undisputed fights. You know what I mean? That's what the people are clamoring for. We're not clamoring for Earl versus Bud just on his face for face value. We was clamoring for the magnitude of the situation because undisputed was attached to the situation. You know what I mean? That's what we clamoring for. But right now, you know what I mean? Right now, hold on, let me go get my charger. Okay, I'm back now. My bad. What's good? What's good? Appreciate y'all sliding through. If y'all could hit that like button. Nah, 12. Y'all give me a second while I plug this laptop up. Greatly appreciate y'all folks sliding through this, man. We're here having us a boxing conversation, right? But I digress. Right? What I want the people like where I'm at with it right now. Where I'm at with it right now. Where I'm at with it right now. Right. Errol Spence about to fight Keith Thurman at 154, right? Bud Crawford is at 147. Now, if Bud Crawford is at 147, and again, the move that he signed to go to more, right, is not official, right? But he did take there is negotiations going on, right? There are talks going on. More than likely, Bud's next mandatory is going to be Alexis Rocha. By the ranking system, right? Bud Crawford's next fight should be Alexis Rocha. Alexis Rocha is with the zone. So, Bud doesn't have a promotional outlet, doesn't have a network. So, more than likely, whoever he fights next is where his fight is going to be shown, which will be, on the zone with Golden Boy. Alexis Rocha is a Golden Boy fighter, possibly his next opponent, which is why Bud Crawford was at his fight. He's scouting an opponent. Oscar DelaHoya does have interest in signing Bud Crawford to his stable. You know what I mean? If you're Oscar DelaHoya, it will behoove you, to get a fighter like, Bud Crawford. Because if you compare him to the other people on your stable, right? When you compare him to a Golden Boy stable, Bud Crawford would be, number one or number two as far as the biggest names, popular fighters on that network. That would make sense for Bud. That would make sense for Oscar DelaHoya. You know what I mean? That would make sense being that Bud Crawford, right, and Alexis Rocha are going to have to fight anyway, right? So if I'm Oscar DelaHoya, if my fighter Alexis Rocha is going to get beat, right? Let's just say that Bud beats him, which a lot of us believe. I got 16 people in the building. I got 13 likes. Y'all hit that thumbs up for your boy. Yeah, and even the people that they come in to steal my ideas. Because look, bro, before I just said what I said, I had 16 people in here, right? I said what I just said, Boxing MMA. Boxing MMA said facts, T. I said what I just said, boxing, and 6 people dropped out of here. I'm telling you, bro, it's so many huge content creators right now, have sleep, taking notes right now. You know what I'm saying? Taking notes right now. You know what I mean? But anyway, I digress, right? Now, understand what's going on, right? If I'm Oscar DelaHoya, right, it will make sense for me to want to sign, Bud Crawford to keep the belts. You know what I mean? To keep my belt. If I'm gonna lose Alexis Rocha, I would rather sign a fight. That's Don King 101. You know what I mean? That's Don King 101. Shit, if you go fight my fight and you go beat him, I'm gonna sign you after the fight. Matter of fact, that's Eddie Hearn 101. True enough, dog, that's good business 101. That's good business. That's good business 101. You know what I mean? Right? If you're a bigger name fighter, you about to fight my fighter, and you're a promotional free agent, why wouldn't I go? You know what I mean? Try to sign you. Dude, what's good, dude? Appreciate you sliding through this thing. Glad you can make it, pimp. If y'all could hit that thumbs up for your boy, whether you're here for a good time or a long time, let YouTube know that we live. Let YouTube know that we talking this good boxing. I'm in here, I hit it, I hit it, my folks, you know what I mean? One in particular, you know what I mean, who I know is close to, the Bud Camp type deal. He has, clarified for your boy that he hasn't officially signed to the zone, right? He went to that fight to scout, a possible future opponent in Alexis Rocha. They could be his WBO mandatory. Oscar DelaHoya is interested in signing Bud Crawford, right? You know what I mean? And what I'm talking about right now, right? If we being realistic boxing, right, fans, boxing minds, right? If Bud is at one, the thing people struggling with is separating Bud from Earl, right? That's the thing everybody's struggling with. Bud is at 147, Earl is at 154. However you feel about it, Bud ducked Earl, Earl ducked Bud, cool. Deal with that, right? But it's time for us to let that shit go. You get what I'm saying? Earl has moved on. Bud Crawford is moving on. Now again, if I'm Bud Crawford, if I'm Oscar De La Hoya, who somebody who's seeking Bud Crawford, right? I do want to keep the Bud Crawford and Spence, fight alive to the public, right? I want to keep y'all interested, right? So y'all can continue to watch my fights before we get to that. That Errol Spence fight at 154, right? Because that's what they're saying. Oh yeah, that fight gonna happen. But you see, he's saying I want him to fight Rocha. I want him to fight Virgil, and then we could fight Spence. Spence will already be at 154 then, right? They want what they're selling is we got Bud Crawford, and we know you want the Spence fight. We'll do it later. We still go do it at 154. What I'm saying is, right, the cachet behind Earl and Bud is not big enough for them to do it without the straps. The cachet for their fight was Earl Spence being undisputed, right? Was Bud being undisputed. Bud possibly being two-time undisputed. Bud fighting Bud Crawford and getting his first undisputed. That could be one of the biggest situations, one of the biggest fights in the world. Y'all fighting at 154 for no belts or for one belt ain't the same as y'all fighting at 147 for undisputed. That's what the people was clamoring for. That's what we wanted. You get what I'm saying? But if I'm Golden Boy and if I'm Bud, I could sell you. Well, we'll fight him at 154 still, but it's not the same. You get what I'm saying? But if I'm them, right? If I'm Golden Boy, if I want Bud Crawford, right? I'm going to do that because what do I want you to do if I'm Oscar De La Hoya? And find that blood, baby. What do I want you to do if I'm Oscar De La Hoya, right? If I'm Golden Boy, I want you to watch Bud Crawford. I want you to watch Bud Crawford's next two fights. Now, if I'm able to sign Bud Crawford successfully, which I haven't just yet, but Oscar De La Hoya is courting Bud. He does want to sign Bud. Bud hasn't officially signed. But if I'm Bud, it actually makes sense, right? But if I'm Oscar De La Hoya, right, what do I want you to do? I want you to watch Bud Crawford's next two fights, which will be against Alexis Rocha, right, and Virgil Ortiz if he's successful against Thanonis. It's probably going to be against Virgil Ortiz anyway, whether he's successful against Thanonis or not, because Alexis Rocha will satisfy Bud Crawford's mandatory, and then he have a voluntary fight, right? And if Ortiz wins that fight, then it will be a unification fight. If Ortiz loses that fight, then it'll still be, Oscar De La Hoya putting Ortiz, who just came out for loss to Thanonis, against Bud Crawford, who's the champion. Virtually, Ortiz gets two title shots. Errol Spence is at 154. That man not coming back down. Eventually, those titles are going to become free. Ortiz, Thanonis about to fight for one. Bud has the other. Oscar De La Hoya is trying to wrap up, the 147-pound division right now. I got Virgil Ortiz. If I can get Virgil Ortiz and Bud Crawford, who's possibly going to have belts, right? Virgil about to fight for a title, basically. Bud already got a title. If I could lock down both of these guys, Oscar De La Hoya, who I already told y'all, right, that I'm looking forward to having a lot of fights, with the PBC, right? Stay with me now. Y'all know we getting somewhere. We be going somewhere on Southern T. I be walking you down slowly for a reason. I be trying to get out all the the little termites and little gerbils and little pests and shit like that. I be trying to get them up out of here. You get what I'm saying? I got 16 people in the building. I got 16 likes. Can I get everybody to hit that thumbs up for your boy? I got 18 people in the building. Can I get everybody in here to hit that thumbs up for your boy? I know sometimes, we come in a little fast. We forget to hit that thumbs up. But if you could do your boy solid, let YouTube know that we live. Let YouTube know that we cooking. Let YouTube know that we up early talking this good boxing. Greatly appreciate every single one of y'all sliding through this thing. But I digress, right? But if I'm Oscar De La Hoya, right, I want you to watch his next two, right? In hopes, that I could still sell you a Errol Spence, dream at 154. My thing is, right? My thing is, this only doesn't make sense, right? This only doesn't make sense if I want you to believe that Errol Spence and Bud Crawford are still going to fight. If you're one of those people who like me, who see the writing on the wall, right? Who feel like Bud Crawford don't want to fight Earl, who feel like Errol Spence fighting Keith Thurman at 154 is Errol Spence moving on, right? If you one of those people, then this makes perfect sense. Bud Crawford is moving on with his career at 147. Oscar De La Hoya trying to sew up 147 by having two of the top 147 pounders, right? You got Jerome Boots Ennis, who a lot of people see, as one or two now, right there. Earl Spence gone, right? Earl Spence about to fight Keith at 54, right? Earl Spence and Keith gone, right? You got Jerome Boots Ennis, right? You got Bud Crawford 1 and 2, right? Then you got Virgil Ortiz. And then after that, it's pretty much a toss-up down there. You get what I'm saying? Type deal. If Keith Thurman decides to go back down to 47, that's on Keith Thurman, right? But Earl is at 154, and eventually them titles is coming free, right? Earl is not finna wait 2-3 more fights for Bud Crawford. You know what I mean? For him to try to get undisputed. That man's about to move on. You get what I'm saying? So if you're one of those people, it does make sense. Bud Crawford, you don't have a promotional outlet, you don't have a promotional company, right? Your next fight is probably going to be Rocha anyway, right? You probably going to have to fight on DAZN anyway. He's a Golden Boy fighter, right? You got Virgil Ortiz, who's about to fight Stanonis for the WBA interim belt, right? Everybody know Earl Spence is gone, bro. Bud know that much. You know what I mean? Bud know that much. People know that much. The only people who still selling you an Earl Spence fight are Team Bud. Anybody who's still selling you, oh, Bud go fight Earl Spence, he go fight him. He go fight him. They're Team Bud. I guarantee you. I'm not telling you that. Just know it. Just look at it. Just whoever is telling you that still are more inclined, to the Bud Crawford side than to the Earl Spence side. You get what I'm saying? That's a selling point at this point, right? That's a selling mechanism. That's to get sales. That's to get interest. That's to keep interest. You get what I'm saying? What's good, T9? Appreciate you sliding through. That's to keep interest, right? At this point, that's really all it is. And I want the good people, right? I want my good people to see that, to be able to separate the two. You're only mad, right? You're only mad about Bud Crawford signing to Golden Boy because Bud signing to Golden Boy makes a lot of sense. You're only mad about Bud signing to Golden Boy if you still holding on to the fact that he may fight Earl Spence, right? You're only mad about the fact that Earl Spence fighting Keith Thurman at 154. You're only still mad about the fact that Earl Spence fighting Keith Thurman at 154 if you still holding on to the fact that him and Bud Crawford can fight for undisputed at 147. This is what I'm saying, y'all. It's not Earl and Bud that we want to see so bad. It's the undisputed fight and what that brings, what that holds, the legacy of that. And that's exactly the reason why Bud Crawford is not going to fight Earl Spence, for that very reason, because he understands the magnitude of that moment. And Bud Crawford don't want Earl Spence shining moment to be on Bud Crawford. And it's that simple, right? After Bud Crawford told me a few times, I'm not fighting Earl, I believed him. And I ain't got no problem with it, bro. Do your thing. I just want us as the people, right? I want the people. I want the divide with the people to stop. I want the fighting and shit between us, between the community. I want that shit to cease. Fire. You get what I'm saying? And I can't tell nobody what not to talk about, no shit like that. But I'm telling you, anybody who's still putting Bud and Earl together, right? You know what I mean? As far as fight purposes, they either work for Bud, right, or they want to get their numbers up a little bit, right? Because you selling me Earl and Bud at 154, you selling me Earl and Bud at 154. That's not the same as if Earl and Bud fight for undisputed right now, or if Earl and Bud had a fight for undisputed, maybe in December, right, when they were supposed to fight when Bud fought David Avenesian. You get what I'm saying? I was saying last year. You know what I mean? I was saying last year, right? If they didn't fight last year, if they didn't fight in their window, think about this. The window was right after Earl Spence beat Yordenis Ugas, right? That was the window. Earl Spence still ain't had a fight since then. Bud Crawford already had a fight. Once Bud Crawford had a fight in that window, I knew that fight was never going to happen. This move is only a bad move, right? And it's not official, right? It's not official from my sources, right? You know, you can believe who you want to believe, right? But from my folks, I believe who I believe, right? And I'm telling y'all, from my sources, officially, what's good, D-Man? Officially, no, he has not signed to Golden Boy, right? But officially, Oscar De La Hoya said this himself. Oscar De La Hoya does want to sign Bud Crawford. Bud Crawford did get invited to this fight to scout a possible opponent in Alexis Rocha, and he did get invited to that fight. You know what I mean? To holler at De La Hoya about having a few fights over there on Golden Boy, right? Now, the number of fights, I'm not sure about. But Oscar De La Hoya has already publicly said, right, Ortiz and uh Rocha. He said Rocha and Ortiz. He said that publicly a few times. You get what I'm saying? So let's just say two. I think it's gonna be three. You know what I mean? Because Blur Cobb still fight on, the zone. I think it's gonna be three. I think it's gonna be a Blur Cobb fight in there somewhere. You know what I mean? I think it's gonna be Rocha, Cobb, and Ortiz or something like that of that matter. Anyway, right? But I digress. Crawford said he did not want a multi-fight deal with PBC, but is considering Golden Boy. Shout out my guy Edgar Chavez. See the whole thing with that, Edgar. The whole thing with that, right? And I'm finna put that comment on the screen, right? See the whole thing with that, Edgar, right? The whole thing with that, Edgar. That's a problem, right? But I have already accepted, Edgar, right, that he didn't want to fight Earl Spence because he said it. I already accepted, right, that he ducked the whole undisputed fight with Earl Spence, as a whole. And I'm a Terrence Crawford fan, but I don't make excuses for no man. You know what I mean? I call shit how I see it. You could be my favorite fighter, but if you duck, you ducked, right? And this time, I never seen in this situation, right? I never seen my favorite fighter, Bud Crawford, move like this. I never seen him be so wishy-washy over the course of time, right? I never seen him go so hard for a fight for years and years and years, right? And then get the fight and then turn it down, right? I seen him go hard for years and years and years on Manny Pacquiao. And Bomac advised him not to take that fight. So I didn't blame Bud for that. Didn't blame Bud for the Manny Pacquiao fight. All in all, right, his side did duck him because his manager told him not to sign. He didn't sign. He listened to his manager, was what you're supposed to do because that's what you pay your manager for, right? So some people feel like he does Manny, and then you come in the Earl Spence, chance. Now you get a chance by yourself. No Bob, no Bomac, no nothing. You was at the table. You make the deal. Bomac not even managing you no more. He's still training you. He's still training you, right? He's not even managing you no more. You making your own managerial deals. You get what I'm saying? And this fight still fall through. You signed to fight somebody else in the midst of when I thought you were about to fight Earl Spence for the biggest fight of your career, his career in boxing. And I really feel like my favorite fighter, Bud Crawford, ducked this dude. He decided not to give it to us, bro, because he just did not want to fight Earl Spence, and nobody could change my opinion on that. And I think Bud beat everybody in the world except for Earl Spence, and that's just how I feel about it. You know what I mean? That's just how I feel. I feel like he ducked him. Ain't no way around it. You get what I'm saying? Edgar, the reason why if he signed a multi-fight deal with Golden Boy, bro, is I gotta kill him. I gotta cook him, and everybody else should too. You know what I mean? For that very reason. But that's mind-blowing, Edgar, right? Because we thought that he would actually fight Earl Spence. We thought that Bud Crawford, being the monster, being the fighter that he is, right, that he would actually fight Earl Spence. So damn, if he go sign a multi-fight deal with Golden Boy, right, but wouldn't do it with the PBC, it is crazy. You know, it'll be even more crazy, Edgar Chavez. Edgar, listen to this, Edgar. Even deeper, bro. Even deeper, bro. Golden Boy owner, CEO, Oscar De La Hoya. I just did a Southern TEP last week. What did Oscar De La Hoya just say about PBC? He said, this Gervonta Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia fight 100% is going to happen, and this is going to lead to us making more fights together in the future. Just imagine that. Oscar De La Hoya, Al Heyman working together again, side by side. It's going to be major. Would it be even worse on top of that, Edgar, is if he signed with Golden Boy to go over there to the PBC and fight anyway after Earl Spence move up to 154. The only way this fight makes sense, the only way Bud could save face now is after the Keith Thurman fight, Earl Spence and Terrence Bud Crawford go directly into a fight. And that is not what Oscar De La Hoya is talking about. He talking about Rocha. He talking about Virgil Ortiz because they're not going to fight Earl Spence. You get what I'm saying? So I accepted that. I moved on from that. You know what I mean? That's why I'm saying, right? If you're looking at what's good, Anthony, appreciate you sliding through this thing, pimp. Glad you can make it. Shout out my guy Anthony, what's good? Shout out my guy Anthony, appreciate you sliding through. Right? Y'all do your boy a favor. Y'all hit that thumbs up. 20 people in the building, 19 likes. Y'all get your boy, right? I don't know if it's your first time, but if you could not make it your last time, could you hit that subscription button as well? as well. We talk this good boxing all day, every day. You know what I mean? Greatly appreciate you sliding through. We ain't here having us a boxing conversation about the we clearing up, a little clutter, about Bud Crawford in the zone in the Golden Boy situation. Officially, right now at this point, no, Bud Crawford has not officially signed to Golden Boy. Bud Crawford was invited to their fight by Golden Boy to possibly scout a future opponent. Alexis Rocha is next up in line for the WBO mandatory. No, the WBO mandatory has not been called. But if you're a boxer, you know you need to get out ahead of the game, right? So what Bud Crawford is doing, he went there to scout an opponent, and he went there to meet with Oscar De La Hoya and Bernard Hopkins. Oscar De La Hoya has already publicly expressed interest in signing Bud Crawford. Yes, Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy does want to sign Bud Crawford. Has Bud Crawford signed to them officially yet? No, he hasn't. But what I'm trying to tell y'all is, right, if we separate Bud from Earl, it actually would make sense for Bud Crawford to sign to Golden Boy. Southern T, what you mean? Okay, Earl dug Bud, Bud dug Earl. Cool. However you feel about it, let that part go. One of them is at 154, the other one is at 147. Like I just said earlier, Bud's next possible mandatory is Alexis Rocha, who fights for Golden Boy. He fights for Golden Boy in the zone, right? So, boom, you got Virgil Ortiz about to fight Amantis Stenonis for the WBA title, right? Virgil Ortiz is also signed to Golden Boy in the zone, right? So, possibly, right, his next two fights could be Golden Boy, fighters, right? Bud doesn't have a promotional outlet. Bud doesn't have a platform to fight on, which means more than likely he will be fighting on his opponent's platform if they have a major one, which his next two possible opponents do have a major platform, which will be Golden Boy and the Zone. Y'all get where I'm going? Right now, at this point for Bud Crawford, it will actually make a little sense. It will make sense post ducking Earl Spence, right? Post ducking Earl, it will make sense for him to go to Golden Boy in the zone. It will also make a whole lot of sense for Oscar De La Hoya to sign Bud Crawford, which he's publicly expressed. Also, you get what I'm saying? Because because Oscar De La Hoya has one of the top guys at 147 and Virgil Ortiz, who's possibly about to be the WBA champion, right? Depending on how his fight with Amantis Stenonis go, right? And then you got Bud Crawford, who he's courting, who he's trying to get, who he's trying to sign right now. That will give him two post-Earl Spence of the top fighters at the 147-pound division. Now, PBC may have the best fighter, right? Jerome Bruce Ennis, but, that will give Golden Boy in the zone two of the best guys at 147. Again, I'm going to keep going back to what Oscar De La Hoya said last week. Oscar De La Hoya said, this Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis fights is just the first of many of fights, PBC and Golden Boy working side by side, quote unquote, just like the old days. Al Heyman and Oscar De La Hoya working together once again. Oh, what a time. You get what I'm saying? So effectively, right, it would make a little sense for Bud Crawford, you know what I mean, to sign to the zone and Golden Boy post ducking Earl Spence. You get what I'm saying? Shower a lot. What's good, Queen? Appreciate you sliding through this thing. Glad you can make it. You know what I mean? Yeah, appreciate everybody sliding through. If y'all could hit that thumbs up for your boy. We just in here having us, a little boxing conversation. But what I need everybody to do, right? If we could just get past, what I need everybody to do is hit the like button for your boy right now, real quick. Really appreciate it. But what I need for everybody to do is, right, if we could just get past, right, the letdown, the hurt, the anger, the deceit, you know what I mean? Our ego, our favorite fighter, ducking, whether you feel like Bud, Dr. Earl, right? If we could get past all that, right, and just see things for what they are right now, you know what I mean? Bud to Golden Boy, makes a lot of sense. You know what I mean? Bud to Golden Boy makes a lot of sense if he's going to, unify at 147, which is what I think his goal is to do. He said, Tisa, let me be clear. Golden Boy is planning to do a joint multiple fight contract with Al Heyman. Yep, Anthony. Yep. Straight from the words of Oscar De La Hoya. Matter of fact, Ant, let me get you right, Ant. Shout out my guy, Ant. Let me put that on the screen. Let me put that on the screen for you, Ant. Let me get you right, Ant. Because I did that not too long ago. It was last week sometime or that thing yet. Mike Tyson being sued. Where that thing yet? He just said something about that. Where that thing? Yeah, I think that jump was on boxing scene. But yep, he said, Garcia. This was around that time where he gave him the contract. This was around that time where he demanded the contract be sent on Monday, right? And then they sent him the contract, and then he signed it live. He signed it live. They took pictures and shit, and then he came out like 2 days later and said this. I'm looking for that down. I can't find it. Boxing scene be dropping a lot of shit. Boxing scene be dropping a lot of shit. But yep, he said this not too recently. He said this not too long ago. He said Oscar De La Hoya and Al Heyman is back, baby. He said some shit. He said, "Sir, I'm trying to find the exact quote, bro. You could tell that nigga was hot. You could tell that nigga was hot when he said it, fool. I'm trying to find the exact quote. I'm trying to find the exact quote, bro. Either T was Oscar part of PPC before he started global. No. They both worked together on HBO. They was together on HBO. Al Heyman and Oscar De La Hoya, they worked together on HBO. No, nah. He wasn't part of PPC. They was working together with HBO. You remember Golovkin? Golovkin and all of them used to fight on HBO. Y'all remember Adrian Broner and Gennady Golovkin used to all fight on HBO? Y'all don't remember that? Y'all don't remember Golovkin? Y'all don't remember Golovkin? Y'all don't remember Golovkin and Adrian Broner both used to fight on HBO? Y'all don't remember Bivol, Earl Spence, Adrian Broner, Golovkin, hold on. I'm finna fuck y'all up. Hold on, it's some more. Bivol, Golovkin, Adrian Broner, Earl Spence. All them was fighting on the same network. Y'all don't remember that? It wasn't that long ago. Arthur Bateriev, yep. Arthur Bateriev, it wasn't that long ago. And then they split. Remember they split. Al Heyman was in there too. I mean, Bob Arum was in there too. And then they split. Someone went to Bob. Someone went to Golden Boy. Someone went with Al Heyman to the PBC. You know what I mean? Y'all remember that when they used to work together? Y'all remember when they used to work together? Is if TL fight the winner over Reed is shaking my head. Said Pedraza slid back Comey, but also fired Miramax better than people gave him credit for. Yeah, them facts. I got Barboza in that thing, Teddy. I got Barboza. You didn't see my fight breakdown? Y'all check out my fight breakdown and prediction on Barboza and Pedraza. I got the timestamps in that thing and everything. Matter of fact, I'm finna drop the link for you. You know what I mean? Self-promotion, shameless plug. I'm gonna drop the link for you. Y'all ain't check that. Y'all check it out. I got a Richardson Hickson versus John Bowser joint about to drop. But yeah, I did Bumgarner breakdown in prediction, right? And I did Barboza and Pedraza breakdown in prediction. So when y'all get time, y'all check that thing out. Y'all hit that like button. But you know, just real quick, on top of real quick, just to clear it up, if y'all just getting in here, I know some of y'all just getting in. First things first, I need y'all to hit that like button, right? But just to catch y'all up real quick, you know, straight from my people, straight from my sources. You know, I get my sources from my sources, right? Now, you could believe, who you want to believe. I know sometimes, I know some of y'all believe T, some of y'all don't. Some of y'all believe Mike Coppinger. You know what I mean, right? So I get it. Some do, some don't. But my sources, right? My sources who be more in tune, who be closer to the fucking scene than a lot of them people that y'all be watching and believing. Anyway, right? But I digress, right? Officially, Bud Crawford has not signed to the Zone and Golden Boy. Bud Crawford was invited, you know what I mean, to that fight to scout a possible future opponent. Alexis Rocha he's ranked to be Bud Crawford's next opponent. The other three people ranked in front of Alexis Rocha all are in different sanctioning bodies. Keith Thurman is about to fight Errol Spence at 154, right? So that leaves Alexis Rocha and Cody Crowley as the next two guys up for Bud Crawford's mandatory. So with Alexis Rocha being a possible opponent, Bud Crawford went to check the fight out. Also, Oscar De La Hoya publicly has stated that he wants to sign Bud Crawford. So yes, he is attempting to sign Bud Crawford to a multiple fight deal, which makes a whole lot of sense if you're Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy, seeing that you have one guy about to fight for a WBA interim title, right, which would be a WBA vacant title sooner than later once Errol Spence officially, vacates the belt, right? You know what I mean? Now again, there's a I ain't even gonna do y'all like that, but there is a small, slim, slender of hope right there. Errol Spence and Bud Crawford fight, right? Maybe after Earl fights Keith Thurman, Bud says, "Wait, I'll fight him next. Don't go." Right, and he don't have to officially drop the belts, right? But more than likely, Errol Spence go drop them belts because I don't see Bud Crawford fighting them, right? So you got Virgil Ortiz about to fight Stanonis, which is for an interim belt, which is more than likely going to be, the real belt after a while. And then you got Bud Crawford, who has the WBO belt, right? He's about to fight Alexis Rocha, who's a Golden Boy fighter, right? Who's one of your fighters. So if Alexis Rocha is going to have to take a loss, right? And if he's probably going to end up fighting Virgil Ortiz, you know what I mean, at some point anyway, right? It will behoove you, if you're Oscar De La Hoya, to go ahead and get two of the top, guys at the 147-pound division. You know what I mean? And if you Bud Crawford, right, being that you are a promotional free agent, being that you don't have, a promotional backing, right, or promotional outlet, right, you got to fight pretty much wherever you can right now at this point, right? So if you're going to be fighting Alexis Rocha and he has, major, promotion, major backing, like, Golden Boy in the Zone, you're probably going to end up fighting on Golden Boy in the Zone, right? You know what I mean? You're probably going to end up fighting on Golden Boy in the Zone. And then you got Virgil Ortiz, right? Who, y'all had been talking back and forth for a little while now, who's on Golden Boy in the Zone, right? So right now, if you could separate the fact, right, that Bud ducked Earl or Earl ducked Bud, however you feel about it, right? If you could separate the two right now, this move that Bud Crawford is making actually makes a whole lot of sense. Makes a whole lot of sense for everybody involved, actually. Makes a lot of sense for Golden Boy, right, to try to get a couple fighters at the 147, two of the top fighters post Errol Spence, right, at the 147-pound division. Makes sense for Bud Crawford, right? Give you promotional backing. Now you being your own boss thing, right? That you might have to answer to, right? But it does make sense if you're going to have, your next true fights are probably going to be against Golden Boy and the Zone fighters anyway. You know what I mean? But officially, nah, he hasn't signed to Oscar De La Hoya, Golden Boy in the Zone, but he very well may be close to doing so, right? He very well may be close to doing just that. You know what I mean? He may be close to doing very well just that. He's a damn Pedraza fought Tank, Loma, Aaron Ramirez, tough fall losses. Experience might win this as a 300 plus underdog. Tough call. He's not familiar with Barboza, but if he can crack, he stops Pedraza late. I saw his age last fight. But Pedraza not really a puncher like that. Was skills was good skill. Appreciate you sliding through. Pedraza not really a puncher like that. He more so of a boxer, right? He's a boxer that can throw all the punches, right? He throw a little more punches than a pure boxer. He's like a boxer puncher with no power. Pedraza is a pure boxer, right? But Barboza doesn't have a whole lot of power, Teddy. But I'm expecting him to win this fight on the points. I'm expecting him to win this fight, easy. I think at this point, he's more athletic, more explosive. He's a better boxer. That doesn't have a whole lot of power, but he's a better boxer than Pedraza at this point. I think Barboza is in his prime. I think he gonna get Pedraza. I think Pedraza, like my guy just said, he been in a lot of wars, a lot of fights, a lot of battles with some of the top guys. I think Barboza in his prime, and I think he gonna get him. I think Barboza go get him, man. Yep, I did my prediction though. I had dropped that link for y'all. That's my prediction for Barboza and Pedraza. I got time steps in it, so you don't gotta watch the stuff that you don't want to watch. Time steps in it. You can click the time step. He's a boxer puncher. He has power, but he tends to wear you down throughout the fight and then knock you out later in the fight. Talking about Pedraza. Late in Pedraza's career, he not really knocking guys out. But Pedraza's still a hell of a fighter. Pedraza had two primes. Bald head Pedraza and Hair Pedraza. You know what I'm saying? Bald head Pedraza is who he is now, and Hair Pedraza was who he was back in the day. You know what I mean? Hair Pedraza was a bad motherfucker, but bald head Pedraza is a bad motherfucker still to this day. It's gonna be a good fight. I just think Barboza in his prime right now. And I think it's his time. Barboza want that Teofimo Lopez smoke. He been hitting that Teofimo Lopez for a minute. He been hitting Teofimo Lopez for a minute. You know what I mean? So that's really where he won. That was supposed to be Teofimo Lopez's first fight, but something happened, right? Something happened, and he decided to fight Ocampo or something like that. And he's still, avoiding Barboza. He told the matchmaker after the Ocampo fight. He said, "Whatever you do, don't match me up. With Barboza. I got bigger fish to fry." That's what he said. You know what I mean? But I digress. Barboza a bad motherfucker though. He said, "T. Let's say it works out for Virgil's away. You're talking about he beats Nonis and wins against Bud. Who will he have to face to become undisputed at 47? It'll be Jerome Businis. Anthony, to answer your question. He said the like button didn't stand a chance. Shout out my guy Skills. It'll be Jerome Businis. More than likely, what I'm thinking in my mind, right? How I see 47 playing out. I'm not sure if Virgil go beat Bud though, right? Not sure. I think Virgil go beat Stanonis, right? Not sure if he'll beat Bud, but let's just say that he does beat Bud Crawford. If he beats Bud Crawford, the fight most definitely is going to be Jerome Booth Ennis versus Virgil Ortiz. And if he beats Bud Crawford for his WBO versus Jerome Booth Ennis, fighting, somebody that we never really heard of for his IBF, Virgil Ortiz will actually be the A side in that undisputed fight. You know what I mean? The other champ would be WBA Virgil, IBF Boots. The WBC will be open. The WBC belt will be a mystery, right? Maybe they have a unification for that fight. Maybe two champions fight for that. Maybe Boots and Virgil fight for WBC unification. Or maybe Bud and Virgil. Bud and Virgil probably will be the fight for the open WBC belt, right? After Earl beat up Keith Thurman, right, he go drop. Unless he go back to 47, then he probably still could hold his ranking, right? But after Earl beat Keith Thurman, right, he go drop. I could see Bud having the WBO belt, Virgil Ortiz having the WBA belt after he beats the Nonis, and the WBC always doing some wild card left out of field shit. They'll just throw their belt in there to the vacant champion. You know what I mean? So the winner of Virgil Ortiz might lead that bitch with 3 straps, and then Jerome Booth Ennis will have the last strap, and then whoever win between Bud and Virgil a fight, Jerome Booth Ennis for the last strap. So that Virgil and Bud fight, and WBC go throw they vacant or they interim strap in there, right? Or they gonna make Earl the super or whatever they gonna do with it. You know, WBC always doing some out of field shit, right? So that's how I see it going down. If that Virgil does that, that will be a big fight for Thurman. Then if he picks up the titles that Spence vacates. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what I'm thinking. That's how I'm thinking this gonna happen. But I'm thinking that last fight, right, depending on what Bud do, if I hope it's Virgil and Boots, right? Because I feel like if Bud be Virgil, right, then it end up being Boots and Bud with the straps in the division, with all the straps in the division. I think Bud Crawford not gonna fight Boots. Then he gonna start that same thing he did with Earl with Boots. You know what I mean? Type deal. Cause ain't no way if you want to go fight Earl Spence, ain't no way you fighting Jerome Boots and it's for less money. You know what I mean? And I don't think Bud trying to have. I really don't think Bud trying to have any tough fights at the end of his career. I think Bud, he trying to play it safe on the way out the door, and ain't nothing wrong with that, right? Just don't sit here, and try to, confuse the people. Cause you ain't confused me. I know you ain't gonna fight Earl, right? But don't try to confuse the people and play off the people. You know what I mean? With you fighting the people's champ, Earl Spence, who they really want to see. Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. Don't use another man's name for clout. Don't use Earl Spence being the people's champ to try to keep your name relevant. That ain't, you better than that, but you know what I mean? You better than that. Type deal. Right. You better than that, boss. But officially now, Bud has not signed the Golden Boy in the zone. But officially, Golden Boy in the zone, they are at Bud's throat. They do want Bud. That is something that they trying to bring home. Uh, right? And I think it actually makes a little sense. If you're asking T, I think it make a little sense. Uh, True enough, he went to the fight. You know what I mean, to scout a possible future opponent who's already on. The zone doesn't have. Bud doesn't have a promotional outlet. Next opponents may be his next opponents may be, a couple of the zone opponents. You know what I mean? It makes sense. Makes sense to me. Is it Thurman and Boost, bro? Thurman about to get beat up by Earl, bro. I don't see Thurman not making it back. After Thurman fight Earl Spence, he not fighting again to 2024. Believe it. He not fighting again in 2024, yo. Thurman ain't gonna be back in time, Teddy. Thurman is probably about to retire off this Earl Spence fight, bro. No, yeah, he probably about to retire after this Earl Spence fight. Bruce Gas, what's good? He's out there that WBC in as a vacant. Now with them, Teddy with Virgil, Teddy with Virgil, they'll give Virgil that strap. WBC been trying to give Virgil that strap for years, Teddy. The WBC most definitely will throw that junk in with Virgil, bro. They most definitely will throw that thing in with Virgil, Teddy. They most definitely the WBC want Virgil to be their champion anywhere. You know what I mean? And then they'll deal with Bud. They'll deal with Bud, right? They really want Virgil to be the champ, right? But they will deal with Bud Crawford because his name is just big enough, right? Where they could move him. They could move. There's always that stigma attached to Bud, right? Nah, I'm talking about Boots. I said Bud. Virgil gonna fight the nose for the WBA. Bud Crawford already got the WBO. I said I can see the WBC putting the vacant title on the line for Bud. Bud gonna fight Rocha. Virgil gonna fight Stanonis. Then they'll come together. They'll fight each other for unification. I can see the WBC putting the title on the line for Bud versus Virgil, right? Oscar DelaHoya had put out a tweet, right? Staying on subject, right, Teddy? Oscar DelaHoya put out a tweet not too long ago. Bud versus Virgil at Dallas at Cowboy Stadium. The WBC go won't in on that, man. You know what I mean? They go won't in on it. And then Bud Crawford ain't gonna be, he ain't gonna be boxing too much longer, right? Eventually he gonna have to fight Boots. He can't keep fighting, volunteers and shit like that. You know what I mean? He can't keep fighting the volunteers. So they'll put that thing on the line with the chance that Virgil Ortiz will knock Bud out, and if Bud do happen to win, you know what I mean, they'll deal with Bud. So Keith only fights once every 6 years. He fights Spence. That's retirement bread. He gone, right? That's kind of what I'm thinking about it. At least he gonna be gone for a couple more years, right? Until he need another bag. Right? Like you said, he probably gonna be out the door with that jump. He probably gonna be out the door with that arrow bag. Like you said, he probably gonna be at the door with that everybody. Yo, I got 19 people in the building. I got 27 likes. Y'all do your boy a favor. Y'all hit that thumbs up for your boy. Let YouTube know that we live. Let YouTube know that we talking this good boxing. You know what I mean? We in here clearing up some of this Bud Crawford, Oscar DelaHoya, Golden Boy news. You know what I mean? Real quick, just to run you down. No, officially, he's not signed to Oscar DelaHoya and Golden Boy. Officially, Oscar DelaHoya and Golden Boy do wants to sign Bud Crawford, right? And if you ask him T, it makes a lot of sense for both parties involved. You know what I mean? He was at the Oscar DelaHoya fight, you know, scouting a possible future opponent. Alexis Rocha is possibly going to be Bud Crawford's WBA opponent. He signed to Oscar DelaHoya and Golden Boy. You know what I mean? So he's there scouting a fighter. He's there, you know, listening to what Oscar DelaHoya and Bernard Hopkins have to say, because this is business, right? That's what you do, especially when you talking to major players, right? DAZN, Oscar DelaHoya, you know, are major players, right? And if you really think about it, if you Bud, right, with the WBO possibly being Alexis Rocha next, he's on Golden Boy. Virgil Ortiz about to fight Stanones. He has a belt. You're at 47. I'm guessing, right? You want a unified belt, right? Maybe you'll fight Virgil, right? I'm guessing you want to unify the belt. Virgil is a possible fight. You've been talking about that for a couple years, right? So Virgil is over there as well. You know what I mean? Makes a lot of sense if you Bud Crawford, right? Eventually, Errol Spence, right? Errol Spence has moved up to 154, right? Eventually, those titles are going to become vacant, right? I find it real hard to believe that Errol Spence will move up and then come back down and campaign at 47. I don't find it too hard to believe that Errol Spence will move up, and if Bud Crawford really wanted to fight him, right, he would come back down for one fight versus Bud. That I think is possible, but I don't think Bud want to fight him, right? So I don't see Errol Spence going up to 54 and then coming back down for anything short of undisputed, which I don't think is going to happen, right? So eventually those titles will become vacant. Stanonis and Virgil are fighting for an interim belt, which is going to eventually become the real belt. You get what I'm saying? So Oscar DelaHoya is going to have Virgil Ortiz pending he beats Stanonis, right, as the WBA champion. He's trying to lock Bud Crawford up because Bud Crawford is about to fight Alexis Rocha, who's one of his fighters. So if I got to take a loss with Alexis Rocha, and I know Bud Crawford is a promotional free agent, right, and he possibly could be fighting Virgil Ortiz as well, why wouldn't I want to sign him, right, keep all that money in-house and collect the bag that way? So it makes sense for Oscar, right, and it makes sense for Bud Crawford. And again, the only way I feel like it don't make sense, right, if we still are one of those people who holding on to Errol Spence versus Bud Crawford, right? Earl dug Bud, Bud dug Earl, right? However you feel about it. But if we being realistic, you know, this move makes a whole lot of sense. And my thing is, right, Team Crawford, right? You know, certain people still try to sell you, oh, Earl and Bud, you know, they could fight at 154. Earl and Bud alone, they fight alone. This is my personal opinion, right? Earl and Bud, they fight alone at 154. You know, even at 154, you know what I mean, for one belt, right? They fight alone early, but maybe at 154 for a title, maybe, right? But Earl and Bud alone, the possibility that they could fight at 154, right? The only reason that this fight between Earl and Bud holds so much weight, right? The only reason we want to see it this bad, right? The only reason we talk about it for 3-4 years straight without getting it is because it's for undisputed. If this was just for unification, it wouldn't be, you know, at this point. The reason it holds so much weight is because the president was set years ago in that hallway when Earl Spence and Bud met each other. It started with Earl Spence saying, let me clean out my side, right? And then we go fight for all the belts. And that's what started the Earl Spence ducking. And now Earl Spence got all the belts. And now it's gotten huge. You get what I'm saying? Huge, right? Probably the biggest fight in boxing. It is the biggest fight in boxing because the president was set years ago. After I get all the straps, then we'll fight. If y'all go fight at 154, it's not gonna hold the same weight. It's not gonna mean as much. It's not gonna be for Bud being 2-time undisputed. It's not gonna be for Earl's first undisputed fight. It still holds some weight, but not nearly as much weight as it is now. It's not the same fight. The people aren't clamoring for Earl versus Bud. The people is clamoring for undisputed at 147. The cachet of that division, the cachet of Earl Spence, the cachet of Bud, the cachet of him being 2-time undisputed, the cachet of Earl first undisputed, the cachet of one fighter being number 1 pound for pound, Bud Crawford, the other fighter being possibly number 2 pound for pound, them being easily the best fighters at 147, both fighters easily being top 5 pound for pound. You get what I'm saying? It was all that made that fight what it was. That held all that weight. You know what I mean? Y'all fighting at 154 is not the same fight. It's not the same thing. Is it Tia Virgil beats the Knowns for the interim WBA title? Will he be fighting Bud for the super title for the No. And if he beats the Knowns for the interim title, it's gonna be just that. It's gonna be the interim title officially until Earl Spence vacates the belt. When Earl Spence vacates the belt, then Virgil Ortiz will become the super champ. He'll be the real champion. Once Earl Spence vacates, right, he'll be the real champ, Virgil. So as long as Virgil got the interim belt, technically he's the real champion if Spence ever decides to vacate. As long as Boots got his IBF interim belt, technically he's the real champion whenever Spence decides to vacate. Technically, right, we could already look at Jerome Boots Ennis as the IBF champion because Earl Spence is at 154. Right, y'all do your boy a favor. Y'all hit that thumbs up for your boy. Let YouTube know that we live. Let YouTube know that we cooking. Let YouTube know that we having this good boxing conversation. Let YouTube know that we in this, thing. That you in this thing, right? Let them know where you at. Let them know that you came to the place to be. Greatly appreciate you sliding through. Greatly appreciate you sliding through. Glad you can make it, pal. But hold on, y'all know I be having to fight it, but y'all know I be forgetting what I say. I feel like I was cooking too. Glad you can make it, pal. Spence ever decides to vacate. Oh yeah, boom. Yeah, if Spence ever decides to vacate those straps, then you know Virgil Ortiz and Jerome Booth Ennis are technically already the champs, right? He's at 154. Y'all see where I'm going? Y'all ain't staying with me right now, man. Do I got to turn my camera on so y'all can feel me? Y'all ain't staying with me right now. Earl Spence is fighting at 154, people. Do I need to type it in the chat? Are y'all not hearing me? That man has moved up. Virgil. Not Virgil, right? Because he got to fight. No, let me stop doing that to the numbers because they should not go be easy. I keep saying, I'm just saying Virgil win. I'm just saying Virgil win. And I ain't saying I'm picking Virgil. I'm just saying Virgil winning for this conversation purposes. You get what I'm saying? But let me stop doing it. Y'all ain't hearing me. Do I need to type in chat? Spence is about to fight at 54. I'm saying just like this so I can know I'm country. Spence is about to fight at 154. Y'all not hearing me? About to. Spence is about to fight. About to. I need to put it together, don't it? I'm going to put it together. He is about to fight at 154. Them belts is as good as take MMA. PJ sliding through this thing. TWT in the building was good. Spence is about to fight at 154. Virgil is about to fight Stanonis, right? The winner of that fight is going to be an interim. Boots is already the interim. Bud is the WBO. Earl Spence is the WBC. The WBC love Earl Spence. They ain't gonna do nothing until Earl Spence make a move officially. Earl Spence gonna have that WBC belt to his dying fucking day. They damn near gonna make Earl Spence the super duper champ at WBC. I guarantee you. Suleiman love him some fucking Earl Spence. Suleiman being Texas. Suleiman know Texas love Earl Spence. Suleiman know Texas love Mexicans. Suleiman know that them Mexicans love Earl Spence just as much as they own fucking people. Suleiman also know that them niggas love Earl Spence. Suleiman also know that them Mexicans love Virgil Ortiz, which why he want him to get a belt. Suleiman also know that them niggas love Virgil Ortiz too as well. You see what I'm saying? Suleiman know what the fuck going on over there in his region. Right there, he only fuck with a few niggas. Suleiman, y'all finna make me, boy, tell the truth here. Suleiman only fuck with top dog niggas, top niggas. Deontay Wilder and fucking Earl Spence. If you ain't no top dog, and Jermell Charlo, right? Jamal Charlo. If you ain't no top dog nigga, Suleiman ain't fucking with you. You know what I mean? He fuck with Jermell. I think he don't, but he do. He gave Canelo a duck belt, but he still gave Jermell that title. He said, no, you the champ, Jermell. Jermell said, so what belt Canelo got? He said, he got the super belt. Jermell said, I want that one. He said, but this the real belt, Jermell. Jamal, not Jermell, Jamal. Yeah, I don't think he fuck with Jamal, but he do. You got to be a top nigga. You got to be a top nigga. I'm telling you. You got to be a top. The reason Jamal can't fight Canelo because they know that nigga go beat that Mexican. He don't fuck with him more than he fuck with his own blood, right? But he fuck with him. You know what I'm saying? If he could ever find a Mexican to beat Earl Spence, you better believe he go put him in the ring with him, right? They think Fondora got a chance. Earl Spence go get in there, he go bust his ass up, and then they go love Earl Spence even more. I'm talking to y'all strictly from how fucking Suleiman thinks. We know Suleiman got all the Mexican pride in the world, bro. Don't come to me with that bullshit. We know Suleiman got all the Mexican. Don't come to me with that bullshit. That boy said that shit on numerous occasions. There ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with being proud about your fighters. If you're a Mexican fighter, be fucking proud. If you're a black fighter, be fucking proud. If you're a European fighter, be fucking proud. If you're a Russian fighter, be fucking proud. If you're a Filipino fighter, be fucking proud. Can nobody beat your fighters, and that's how you supposed to fucking feel. Fuck it. You see what I'm saying, Rhodes? I'm telling you, bro. Rhodes, you got to be a top nigga. He know who, bro. He know who the Rhodes. I'm telling you, bro. You got to be a top nigga. That dude know who to get him straps to. He know who to get him. He know who to get him straps to. But the moment he can find a nigga that's gonna beat you, he gonna put you in the ring with him. See what I'm saying? It ain't nothing wrong with that because them his people. Do your thing. He think Benavidez could beat Jamal. He want him to beat Jamal. He think Jamal could beat Canelo. He not putting Jamal in there with Canelo, but he'll let Benavidez fight Canelo because they both the same blood. You get what I'm saying? Ain't shit wrong with that. That's just like what Al Haymon do with the PBC. Look at all the PBC fucking champions. He got fucking Gary Antoine Russell about to fight Alberto Puello, who I know he finna slaughter. You get what I'm saying? But ain't nothing wrong with that. They all do that. Look at all Bob Arum champions, the Lomachinkos, the fucking Janabets, the fucking Richard Torres and shit. Come on, bro. I mean, it's cool. There ain't nothing wrong with it. It's when you start acting like it ain't what it is. You know what I mean? It's when you start acting like it ain't what it is. The IBF don't give a fuck what she is. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. He's out there. Are they gonna let Stallone get into him about this surgery? Fuck no, Teddy. That boy ass is going right in their ring. Fuck no. He better not get no tune up. Tune up. Tune up. Tune up. Roger said, would Suleiman rather have Cruz or Shakur the WBC champ? He would rather have Cruz, right? Suleiman might think in the back of his mind, hey, Cruz might be able to catch Shakur and get him out of there. But Cruz knows Shakur gonna beat the fuck out of him. So Cruz, I need for the chance. What Suleiman was trying to do was, hey, Isak, you could get a title here. You could fight Shakur here if you want to. You could get this belt, little bro, right? But I mean, I can't just give you a layup because Shakur is a big name. I like him too. Shakur can have my belt. I like Shakur. Shakur one of them top niggas. Roger. Shakur top nigga. There you go. WBC fuck with him. Devin the top nigga too. You know what I mean? They just didn't want Devin to beat Lomachenko. You get what I'm saying? Now, it makes sense. Now they can fight now because Devin already got it. Now Lomachenko could get it back and be the hero to bring the belts back to top rank. You get what I'm saying? The storyline makes sense now. But they weren't trying to let Devin beat him at first. But they gave Devin the belt and said, bro, you the champ, right? I just can't let you beat up my goddamn I can't let you beat up my goddamn bloodline. I can't let you beat up Lomachenko like that. You know what I mean? So we go move him out the way. We go give you a strap. You know what I mean? They know who the top niggas is. You know what I mean? But they just don't want you beating up their bloodline. Like, don't want you beating up, don't want Jamal beating up Canelo. Don't want Devin beating up Lomachenko. It's just that now you could do it now because Lomachenko ain't got nothing to lose. He only got shit to win. You know what I mean? And Lomachenko still scared out of his motherfucking mind. But hell no. Stallone can't have no goddamn tune up. You know what I mean? He would, and Suleiman would much rather have Cruz be that champion. If Cruz thought that he could beat Shakur, Cruz could have that belt that shot at Shakur. Cruz, they let you know right there, though, that Cruz don't think he could beat Shakur yet, right? Because remember, that was giving Virgil Ortiz. WBC was giving Virgil Ortiz all these title shots at Bud and title shots at Earl. But he was saying, nah, I'm cool, right? Whenever they feel like they could beat these guys, they go get a title shot. It's just whenever they feel like they could beat them. Suleiman them, right? They know that too many people can't beat these guys, so they gotta pretty much just do what they do. You know what I mean? But once somebody feel like they could beat them, they gonna give them a shot. They gonna give them a shot. You know what I mean? Fedora gonna be the dude who they feel like could be Earl. You know what I mean? I'm telling you. He said got Matias over Regis. Regis is a pocket fighter, and so is Matias. But Matias just better fighting inside, while Regis will have to be able to hit and move, pop shot clean at times to bag rounds. I think Matias is straight up square. He's squared up, straight up and down. I think Regis probably knocked Matias out. You know what I mean? Regis is actually very, very defensively sound, right? A high-level boxer like Jose Zepeda will still be able to land on them, right? Matias is a good boxer, but he's more of a brawler. He's more wild. Regis can fight wild, can be a brawler, but he's actually a very, very good boxer. You know what I mean? I think Regis is better defensively. I think he probably knocked Matias out because Matias going to be coming forward on the guy. And I don't think Matias ever fought a guy who hit quite as hard as Regis. I seen Matias drop before, never seen Regis drop before. You know what I mean? So I think Regis go bust him up. You know what I mean? I think Regis will bust him up. So now Regis can't stand there with Matias. Nope, he don't. No, he don't. Yep, he can't. He can't stand there with Matias, but Matias can't stand there with Regis either. Matias can't stand there with Regis either. You know what I mean? Matias can't stand there with Regis either, man. You know what I mean? I think Matias just too squared up, too straight up and down for him. He just too in front of you. He too easy a target to hit for Regis. And if you get hit too many times by a guy like Regis, your ass going to sleep. You know what I mean? Regis has better boxing ability than Matias. He has more of a plan A, a B, and a C. I seen Regis adapt. I seen Regis change throughout the fight. You know what I mean? Never seen Matias really make adjustments like that. Real squared up guy. Throw a lot of punches that may be bad for a guy like Regis who throw with intent. You know what I mean? I think that style matchup is going to be an exciting fight. It's going to be extremely exciting. We're going to be on the edge of our seat. It's going to look a lot like more recent, right? It's going to look a lot like Arthur Beterbiev and Anthony Yard, right? It's going to look like that. It's going to be a lot of boom, 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 boom. A lot of that shit going on. But Regis has the ability to use his defensive, to use his angles, to use his spins, to catch, shoot in the pocket and shit like that. Matias just don't have the defensive ability that Regis got. Offensively, he's better, right? I don't think he's better offensively in the pocket, right? But let's just say that Matias is better offensively in the pocket, right, Anthony? Offensively, he's better in the pocket, but not defensively, right? Is he better at range? Is he better at mid-range and long range? No. Is he that much better in the inside than Regis in the pocket that Regis can't compete at all with him? No, not at all. But I think Regis is a lot better at range and at mid-range than Matias is. I don't think that Matias will be able to compete with Regis at range and in mid-range. Regis don't throw pop shots. I saw you mention pop shots. Regis don't really throw those. Don't really throw those. You know what I mean? So shit gonna be a banger. Shit is gonna be a banger. But I will say this, Pugilistic, my bad, I called you Ant. I will say this, Pugilistic, that's the kind of fight that we'll get. That's the kind of fight that'll happen because both those guys ain't scared of shit. That's gonna be the unification fight. Once Gary Antoine Russell, Regis, and Matias all get belts, Matias got to get past Ponce first, right? But once all three of them get belts, that's when shit go get good at 140. I need for Josh Taylor to go ahead and vacate his fucking belt. He keep pushing his fights back and shit like that. I'm so sick of dude pushing his fights back. But once all three of them get belts, that's when the division go get going. He said, "Yep, we gonna find like this year for unification." Yep, fact. Said Bowser versus Higgins is the gym. No one. Roger, I got a fight breakdown in prediction coming up on that today. As soon as I get off this jump, my next one is gonna be there. I'm not doing it right when I get off here, but when I get off here, you know what I mean. My next EP that I do for y'all is gonna be Bowser versus Rich the Hicks. Go check it out. I got it up there right now. It's already set up there. It's already set. I'm gonna talk about. I'm gonna break the fight. I'm gonna break down Bowser and Riches today, and I'm gonna break down Amanda Serrano and Erica Cruz today as well. You know what I mean? I'm gonna break them both down today. I might just make it a whole stream like and do. Nah, I'm gonna do them separately. I'm doing them separate. But yeah, I'm breaking down Hicks and John Bowser today. They John is a gym, bro. And I ain't gonna say too much. I ain't gonna say too much. I ain't gonna say too much on it because I don't want to fuck up. I don't want to fuck up. You know what I mean? My prediction, Brody. But dog, that's a banger, bro. Like that's a banger. I got that jump set up for 10 a.m. today. That shit is gonna be a banger. Deep free. What's good, Deep free? Appreciate you sliding through this thing. Glad y'all can make it. I see the fam starting to wake up. TWT's in the motherfucking building. Josh Sanders, same way to gain weight. TWT in the building. What's good, Pam? Appreciate you sliding through. Winning this thing, having us a Boston conversation. Real quick, back to the basics, right? Back to the content for the people just rolling in. Don't know if y'all just sliding in, but just to catch y'all up. Officially, no, Bud Crawford has not signed with Golden Boy and the Zone. He did officially get invited to come and scout Alexis Rocha, who could be a possible opponent for him next in his WBO mandatory, right? He did get invited to come, listen, to some plans, to some terms, from Oscar De La Hoya and Bernard Hopkins about signing to the Zone. Publicly, Oscar De La Hoya has stated interest in Bud Crawford, right? So has he signed to him? No, but Oscar De La Hoya does want to sign. You know what I mean? Bud Crawford, possible next two opponents could very well be Golden Boy opponents, right? Bud Crawford does not have a promotional company or a network, right? So if your next two fights are going to probably be Golden Boy opponents, right? If you're Oscar De La Hoya, it will make perfect sense to try to bring Bud in-house to try to keep all that money in-house. If you're Bud Crawford, you're probably going to have to end up negotiating with these people anyway, right, on their platform. So why not, sign for a 2-fight deal when these probably gonna be your next 2 fights anyway, right? Now what's floating around is a 3-fight deal. Not really sure on the number of the fights, right? But what's floating around anyway is right, Rocha, Virgil Ortiz, right? Virgil Ortiz about to fight Stanonis for the WBA belt. Let's just say that he's successful. Virgil Ortiz is WBA champion. He fights on Golden Boy. Alexis Rocha is your mandatory. He fights on Golden Boy, right? You get what I'm saying? If you're Oscar De La Hoya, of course you want to sign Bud Crawford because Virgil is about to fight for the WBA interim title. Bud Crawford is the WBO champion. Earl Spence is about to fight at 154. I don't think y'all hear me when I say that. He's about to fight at 154. So his next fight is going to be in the 154-pound division, which probably means these interim champions that's sitting at 147, Virgil, Golden Boy, Boots, Showtime, Bud, free agent, possibly could be Golden Boy next. These are going to be real champions pretty soon. So if I'm Oscar De La Hoya, I got Virgil who about to fight in the title fight, right? I got my fight, Alexis Rocha, probably about to fight Bud Crawford, who's the WBO champion. It will behoove me to try to sign him, give myself 2 of the top fighters at 147 post Earl Spence. You get what I'm saying? So no, he hasn't signed officially yet. Oscar De La Hoya is openly pursuing Bud Crawford, and if the only way, right? Let me fight this blunt. Let me go get the blunt. Let me go get the blaze. The budget to have Oscar Golden shout. Hey, y'all fucked up. So you think Josh should get stripped? Yeah, facts, Roger. All right, I'm back now. I'm back now. My bad. Damn, I started talking for a second. Y'all dipped. I couldn't get me a bottle of water in this motherfucker. Damn. I couldn't get me a bottle of water in this motherfucker. I've been talking to Album 30 minutes. They can't get a sip of water in this bitch. Tough crowd in here this morning. Tough fucking crowd in here this morning. But anyway, I digress. But yeah, really right. If you could separate the two, if you could separate the fact that Bud ducked Earl, right, or that Earl ducked Bud, the moves that's going on now, right, are 147 moves. These moves make sense at 147 for the future of the division. Shout out to my guy Robbie. Appreciate you, man. Shout out Robbie. Man, I had 26 people in here. I came back, man. It's 14 people in here. Because I wanted to go get me a water bottle. I couldn't go get my blunt in the water bottle. I couldn't go get my blunt in the water bottle. Damn it, man. Shout out my guy Anthony Jones. But if we could separate the two, right? If you could separate the two, you can see that the moves that's going on now, they actually make sense at 147. I have no problem with Bud Crawford. I have no problem. Shout out my guy Javante. Javante said Bud Duck. Yeah. Yep. I agree. Right, but the duck move has already been made. The duck move is done. Earl Spence moved up to 154. He about to fight Keith Thurman. Bud Crawford, you know what I mean, is about to fight his mentor, Alexis Rocha. He about to fight his mentor, Alexis Rocha. You know, I think it's time that we all move on, right? We actually, if we could look for Jason, shout out my guy Jason. Right? If we could get past the ducking part, right? Right, we can get past the ducking part, right? Because the more you hold on to it, the more they go try to sell it to you, right? The more you hold on to it, right? The more they go sell it to you, the more they can string you along. Oh, he gonna fight him. No, he not. If you just look, pay attention, y'all. I don't think y'all hearing me. Earl is about to fight at 154. He about to fight at 154. Earl and Bud is dead. You know what I mean? That fight is dead. Right. The only hurt that we still going through, right? The only hurt we still going through is us not having that fight. And let's think about this. Because we still holding on to it, you can get people like Golden Boy, you right, Oscar De La Hoya and Bud Crawford to say, we'll fight him at 154. Right. We'll fight him at 154. As if Earl Spence and Bud is really what we want to see. It's because their fight is so big. It's a huge fight. It's for undisputed. We want to see it. If we don't get it now, it's no point in, you know, us trying to be strong alone, right? To watch out, to watch. And if I'm Oscar De La Hoya, it makes sense, right? Oscar De La Hoya came out and said, I could if I could see Bud fighting Rocha, Virgil Ortiz, and then Spence, right? If you make sense, a guy who trying to sign Bud, it makes sense. You know what I mean? For you to keep a Earl Spence hope alive. That way, you get people to watch, you know, your client or your new client or the guy that you're trying to make become your client. You get to get them to add, you add value, you add interest to the fights he's taking before the fights in between the quote unquote Earl Spence fight, right? Like Alexis Rocha and Virgil Ortiz, who are Golden Boy fighters. And if you sign Bud Crawford, he becomes a Golden Boy fighter. And now you got two in-house Golden Boy fights, right? In the hopes that it ends up at an Earl Spence fight at 154. Now what they trying to do is string us along an Earl Spence fight at 154. My thing is, at this point, Earl Spence and Bud is strictly just promotion. It's strictly just for promotion. It's strictly just for views. You know what I mean? Earl Spence going up to 154 lets you know that he's moving on from that fight. You know what I mean? The fight is not going to happen. Facts, people. It's a win-win business for Golden Boy and Bud. You feel me? They just need to sue them for using his name. Javante, I feel you, Javante. Shout out my guy, Javante, I feel you. But we got to get past that, Javante. Earl is at 154, right? That's why I keep saying that, Javante. He at 154, G. That fight is done. Like, the moves that Bud is making was good, yo. Was good, yo. The moves that Bud is making, right? These are 147 moves. If you view them as 147 moves, they make sense. If you view these as 147 moves, right, they make sense, my G. I know we upset about the Earl fight not happening, right? But at this point, man, we just gotta, we gotta kind of get past it, man. It's a lot of good fights to be made in boxing, man. We got Undisputed, Alyssa Bumgarner about to fight this weekend, right? We got Undisputed, Amanda Serrano about to fight this weekend, right? Chris Eubank Jr. just got knocked out. Tank Davis and Hector Garcia was a bum ass fight. Bomb, not bum. Bomb, B-O-M-B, was a bomb ass fight, right? We got Earl about to fight fucking Keith Thurman. You get what I'm saying? We got Lara. We got Mauricio Lara about to fight Lee Wood. Y'all remember Lee Wood, the dude that knocked Mike Cullen out the ring? Y'all remember Lara, the dude that knocked out Josh Warrington? We got them two about to fight, right? You know what I'm saying? It's so much good shit going on. If we just stick to the fights that's actually going to happen, like that fight is spoiled milk, right? And I know we Charles Granger was good, Charles otherwise. Jay Lee, the chosen one, was good, Jay Lee. Remind me to rinse you up before we get up out of here, Jay Lee. Shout out my nigga Jay Lee. I don't know how you lost. Oh, yeah, because I did reset the wrenches. I reset the wrenches. Shout out my nigga Jay Lee. If y'all could hit that thumbs up for your boy when you roll on in, whether you're here for a good time or a long time, greatly appreciate you. You know what I mean? But though what I was saying, right? This only don't make sense, right? This only a bad this only a bad thing, right? If we still holding on to Earl Spence versus Bud. With the moves that's being made, right, we could see that them guys pretty much moved on. But if I'm a promoter, right, of course I'm gonna keep that fight alive because I know the people want to see that. But what I'm saying is, people, right? We Earl and Bud isn't really what we wanted to see, right? If Earl is at 154, then the Earl and Bud fight is dead. Hear me out, because Earl and Bud is not that fight alone, right? If them two drop the belts, right, and they fight, that fight is not going to hold the same weight or the same magnitude, right? At 54 as it would right now. That fight is so big right now because Bud Crawford could be two-time undisputed, because it could be Earl Spence's first undisputed. You got the best fighter at 147 versus the second best fighter at 147, vice versa, however you feel about it, right? That's why that fight so huge. Damn it, man. What's good, damn it, man? Appreciate you sliding through this thing. Glad you can make it. That's the fight, that's what makes that fight hold so much weight, right? When you add all that on top of Bud could be the first two-time undisputed. Earl Spence first undisputed. The two best fighters at 147. When you get to 154, y'all not the best fighters at 154. That's just another fight at 154. Bud never did done that 154. It'd be his first fight at 154. Oh, he took him up to 154. It's not the same fight. It don't hold the same weight. That fight was big at 147. But now, right, whether you feel like Bud Duck, whether you feel like Earl Duck, it's just time for us to go and get past that. If Bud is signing the Golden Boy right now, with Rocha and Ortiz being possibly his next opponents, right, that makes a whole lot of sense. Earl Spence is fighting Keith Thurman at 154. I think it's time we start talking about Earl Spence at 154. You know what I mean? Type deal. The only people who still talking about Earl and Bud, right, are people who work for, Bud Crawford, right, or for people who want to sell this fight, want to get views or whatever. You know what I mean? Like that. And I ain't got no problem with nobody talking about it, right? I ain't got no problem with nobody holding on to the hope. But what I'm saying is, if you really paying attention to what's going on, if you really looking at the writing on the wall, man, they have already moved on from that fight right now. But again, if I'm Oscar De La Hoya, right, he's already publicly stated he wants to sign Bud Crawford, right? So if I'm Oscar De La Hoya, of course I'm gonna say, oh yeah, I can see Bud fighting Alexis Rocha. I can see him fighting Virgil Ortiz. And then, we'll go get Earl Spence. If I'm him, of course I'm gonna say that, because that's going to bring interest into the fights leading up until that. But what I'm saying is, at the 154-pound division, it's not the same fight. You know what I mean? It's not the same fight. Now would be the time for that, right? That window has passed us. Earlier at 154. You get what I'm saying? But if I'm Golden Boy, right, who trying to sign Bud, right, who Alexis Rocha is going to probably be Bud's next fight by the WBO ranking system, right? His mandatory probably won't be Alexis Rocha. If I'm Golden Boy, of course I'm gonna say things that bring interest to Bud Crawford's next few fights, because his next couple fights may be against guys on my roster, right? So of course I will be trying to sign Bud Crawford. But again, just to stay on track, on basis, officially, no, he has not signed with Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy officially, no. But Oscar De La Hoya has publicly stated that he is, he does have interest in signing Bud Crawford to Golden Boy. You know what I mean? So there's that about the fight. The reason he was at the fight was because, as I stated earlier, Alexis Rocha may very well be his WBO mandatory. So Bud there scouting fights, right? He was also invited there by Golden Boy and B Hop, because, like Oscar stated, he wants to sign them to Golden Boy. So I'm pretty sure they did meet. I'm pretty sure they did discuss some things, but officially, no, he's not signed to Golden Boy. But he very well could be within the hour. You know what I mean? At any point, he very well could be. You get what I'm saying? Because, right, whether it's for one fight, like he did BLK Prime, because Roach is going to be his next fight, whether it's for one fight or whether it's for multiple fights. You get what I'm saying? His next fight probably will be on, the zone. It probably will be promoted by Golden Boy, because it's probably going to be Alexis Rocha, who fights on the zone, is promoted by Golden Boy, right? And if he's interested in fighting Virgil Ortiz, who's also fights on the zone, is promoted by Golden Boy, right? I want to see a reason why he wouldn't, sign maybe a multi-fight deal, right? That the room was coming out to Golden Boy. Because if he's standing at 47, you got Virgil Ortiz, who about to fight Stanonis for the interim belt, right? You got Bull, who has the WBO belt. You got Alexis Rocha, who's your mandatory. Both of those guys fight, on Golden Boy. If Ortiz is going to be a fight in your near future and he's about to be a champion, right? He's managed by Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy. So you probably gonna be fighting on Golden on the zone twice. Rocha for mandatory, and the second time with Virgil Ortiz, who's probably going to get a belt that Earl Spence is eventually going to vacate, because he's about to have his first fight at 154, right? And by the slim chance, magically, Bud Crawford decides to fight Earl Spence. Is the only way I can see him going back down to 147, because fighters don't just go up to divisions and come back down like that and then continue their reign. You know what I mean? So if he's going up to 154, he probably want to stay there. Only way I can see him coming back down is if somehow he magically Bud decides to fight him, which I don't think go happen. So I think it's pretty safe to say Earl Spence is going to be at 154. You know what I mean? So I think it's safe to say that eventually those interim champions, Virgil Ortiz, Jerome Booth Ennis, those interim champions, Jerome Booth Ennis, right, is going to be a real champion. The winner of, Virgil and Stanonis eventually is going to be a real champion. You know what I mean? Type deal. So what we seeing right now is we just seeing the lining of 147. We seeing everything. We seeing the pieces fall into place. You know what I mean? If you paying attention, you could kind of see how shit about to shake out. If at this point, if I'm Bud Crawford, it kind of make a little sense to sign to Golden Boy 147 purposes. You get what I'm saying? So I ain't even mad at him for him if he have. You know what I mean? But from what I got, right, from what I'm hearing, he hasn't officially yet. But Oscar De La Hoya most definitely is on the Bud Crawford, trail. The Lindenberg had was their middleweight almost 10 years after they won it. 154 is not active. Yeah, but we don't want to see Bud Crawford, Earl Spence like that. It ain't them. It ain't them that's holding. It ain't that. It's the fact that it's for undisputed. Them fighting at 154, Alexis for undisputed, right? Earl Spence and Bud fighting at 154. It's not the same as them fighting at 47. They both the best guys at 47. It's for undisputed at 47. You get what I'm saying? Them fighting at 154. I mean, we go watch it, but it's not gonna be the same. Bud could be the first two-time undisputed champion ever at 47. They could fight. They could fight, but it's not gonna be the same. It's not gonna be the same. So it's still a middleweight and dragged out. Right. But they not Leonard and Hagler. And we not gonna care about it. We not gonna care about it the same. Then I don't care about it now. So we damn sure ain't gonna care about it 10 years from now when they 44 and 43. You know? I mean, we damn sure ain't gonna care about it if they go and take losses. You know what I mean? We care about it now because they 1 and 2. We're not gonna care about it later. It may hold the same weight to you, but for most people, nah. When you see the writing on the wall, some people don't mind being strung along, right? Like some people don't mind being strung along. Some people like it. You know what I mean? Some people use me till you use me up, right? You know what I mean? I don't care to see them two fight like that to be, clamoring for at 154. You get what I'm saying? I care about it because it's for undisputed at 147. Because it's for all the marbles at 147. That fight is not the biggest fight in boxing if you take undisputed away from it. You know what I mean? If you take undisputed away from that fight, it's not one of the biggest fights in boxing. It's a big fight, but if you take the undisputed tag, when you take the undisputed tag off it, it loses value. Whether you feel like it loses 5% value, 10% value, 25%, half, 50%, right? It loses some value. To me, it loses a lot of value when you take that undisputed tag off it. Because the magnitude of that fight was what got us there. At this point, I'm just interested to see, how they next, 3-4 fights go. You know what I mean? I'm interested to see how Bud go continue his career, right? Because Bud fight Rocha, Bud fight Virgil, right? It's going to be 2 belts left, the WBC and the IBF. I'm interested to see, Bud and Boots go fight at 47, right? Maybe by the time Bud and Boots fight at 47, we'll have Earl Spence, undisputed at 54. You know what I mean? So I'm more so looking at the who go get undisputed at 47, right? Who go get all the belts, right? Or who go reign supreme at 47, who go establish dominance at 47, post Earl Spence era, right? I want to see what the hell Earl Spence go do at 47, right? Exactly what route he go take to getting undisputed, because I know, what the reason that fight was so big, right? I know Earl Spence, number one goal was to get undisputed. I still think that's a goal of his. So I'm interested to see exactly what path he's going to take at 154 to get there. We see that his first fight, right, at 54 is going to be Keith Thurman. He going to get adjusted to the weight. You know what I mean? But I'm interested to see exactly how 47. I'm interested to see that Bud and Boots, because I think in the end, that's what it's going to be. We're going to get some good fights along the way. We might get a Boots versus Virgil. We might get a Virgil versus Bud, right? But, after that Virgil-Bud fight, let's say that Bud wins. Ain't going to be too much left but Boots. Whoever wins that Bud in that Virgil fight, after that, Boots going to have the IBF. Who knows who knows who will have the WBC? Maybe it's going to go vacant. Maybe they go give it to Who the fuck knows? You know what I mean? But that could be another play. You know what I mean? Type deal. But the fight after Virgil Ortiz and Bud, that's the fight that I'm interested to see. That's where I'm ready for. Like I know, like people waiting 2 or 3 fights. Bud gonna fight Spence. That's not the fight that I'm waiting for. In 2 or 3 fights, right? In the Spain of Rocha, in Spain of Bud fighting Rocha, and Bud fighting Virgil. I'm interested to see, those 2 fights, right? And I'm interested to see who the hell Earl Spence fights after he fights Keith Thurman at 154 exactly, right? I want to see this Zoo versus Tony Harrison fight, and I want to see what Jermell Charlo go do. You know what I mean? Was good, Fizzle. Appreciate you sliding through this thing, Fizzle. Glad you can make it. Yo, I got 21 people in the building. Can I get all 21 of y'all to hit that thumbs up for your boy, Fizzle? TWT in the building. And I'm only dismissing Stanonis. I'm only dismissing Stanonis for this conversation purposes, Trill here. Not for the not for the entirety. Just for this conversation. Just for this conversation. Hustle Holmes, what's good? Shout out my boy Hustle Holmes. Appreciate you sliding through this thing. Hustle, what's good, Pimp? See, y'all, some people say that, but I never say I don't care about titles because that's what Bill boxing. I care about Sugar Ray Leonard because he was the champion. I care about Muhammad Ali because he was the champion. I care about Joe Frazier because he beat Muhammad Ali because he was the champion. I care about Roberto Duran because he beat Sugar Ray Leonard, who was the champion. How you gonna be a great fighter and you ain't got no titles? The two don't equate. You can't separate the two. You can't say I care about great fights, but say I don't care about the titles. All the great fighters is the fighters who got the belts. And you can't tell me no different. You cannot separate the two. There's not a great fighter who's never been a champion. You can't show me a great fighter who's never been a champion. If you have never won a champion, you're not great. That's simple. And if a great fighter has more straps than you, and he's fought great fighters as well, and they champions as well, he's a greater fighter than you. You cannot separate. Name me the great fighters. I bet you don't name me nobody who's never been a champion. And when you start ranking the great fighters, you go to who they fought, were they champions, right? And how many championships they won. That's like saying, oh yeah, I don't care about rings in basketball. I don't care about rings in football. At some point, they matter. You know what I mean? You can't be telling me you great and you ain't never won shit. How you great and you ain't never did nothing great? Everybody, you show me a fighter who went through his whole career. Show me a great fighter who went through his whole career and never been a champion. It don't equate. Don't equate, man. The belts don't water down. People who move the wrong way with the belts is what water down the game. People who move the wrong way, period, in boxing, don't got nothing to do with the titles. It's how people move with the titles is what watered down the game. Everybody want to have. You got niggas running around with fake belts proudly because everybody want to be a champion. It ain't about the titles. A title is what everybody wants to fight for. You know what I mean? Anybody who tell you any different is lying to you. Anybody who tell you any different, ain't nobody ever started boxing and said I don't want to be a champion. I guarantee you, anybody who started boxing, the first thing they say is, I want to be a champion. Unless it's just some nigga off the streets who don't really give a fuck, who halfway in and halfway out. Anybody who really putting their life in time into the sport wants to be a champion. You want to be a champion in anything you do. Who does something and says, I just want to go out there and not be a fucking champion. You know what I mean? Anybody moving like that, anybody living like that, man. No. You can't be great and not be a champion. The two don't equate. You could be good. You could be good. You can't be a great. They're going to change their mind about the belt. They go, yeah, hey, hey. Niggas, bro, niggas running around with fake belts, man. Nah, what? 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 If you not fighting champions at all, that's ducking too. Niggas don't want to lose their medals. Niggas don't even want to get in the ring. Niggas don't even want to get in the ring with champions. Niggas is turning down title shots. So the worst people, so I'm supposed to live in the world where the worst people are the champions and the best people are the people without the belts. This ain't Murderer's Row, bro. These folks can go get belts. They could get straps now. This ain't back then, but they could get straps now. They could get the straps now. It's all black champions now. Ain't no Murderer's Row. The Murderer's Row is all the black champions with the belts. The new Murderer's Row is black champions. You feel me? Is Earl Spence. Is Jermell. Is Devin Haney. Is Cool Boy Step. The new Murderer's Row, you know. The black champs. It's the new Murderer's Row. You feel me? Is Shakur Stevenson. You know what I mean? It's a different time, but they could get them straps. We talking about today. We talking about today. Ain't no champion. And them black Murderer's Row people, they was champions. They was champions. They was champions. In the division that they could fight in. They was champions. Yo, I feel now, yo, what you saying is I know what you're saying, yo. I know what you're saying, yo. But I disagree with that shit, yo. I disagree, bro. I disagree. I'm not finna start saying I'm not finna congratulate Earl Spence for getting out the straps and trying to become undisputed, and then in the same breath say the belts don't just because you a champ, you ain't beat the. So you telling me a nigga who fighting the people at the bottom of the division, or a nigga who fighting people that not even in the division is a great fighter, is a nigga who fighting the champ? If you go say they ain't great until they fight each other, then all right, that's cool. But it is people, it is champions still in the division. There's champions in every division. You got to beat the champions, bro. You got to beat them. You got to beat them, bro. Don't run around. Anybody, ain't nobody that box that don't want to be a champion. And don't tell me niggas don't want to be champions and niggas run around with fake belts, bro. I don't want to hear it, man. I don't, bro. I already know where you're going with it, yo. I know where you're going with it. Trust me, I know where you're going with it. I already know you're going with it. And I don't agree with it, bro. I don't agree with it. I like when niggas go get. I don't give a fuck who got the belt. What? I don't give a fuck who got the belt. Just because a champion is ducking a person don't mean everybody with a title don't need to get a belt because fucking AJ ducked Wilder or because Bud ducked Earl. They don't equate for everybody, bro. It's different. Them niggas can go get them straps. That's that person, bro. That's that person. That situation ain't the same. That's that one person, bro. So fuck every belt because Bud ducked EJ. Holding up proudly, dog. Them folks want to be champions, dog. Proudly, dog. So fuck all the belt because not the nigga, not situation. Because Bud ducked somebody, fuck all the belts. Because AJ ducked Wilder, fuck all the belts. Nah, dog, that ain't hard work. You got niggas running around here holding up, bro. No, that ain't hard work, dog. I know you going with it, Yoda. I know you going with it. Everybody want to be a champ, dog. Now in 2023, fuck the belts. Only person say that dumbass shit is Tank. Who said that? We're not talking about Jeff. Say what you really mean, bro. Say who you really talking about. You're not talking about Jeff Horn. Bro. That's not who you talking about. You're not talking about it, and neither am I. Nobody else said Jeff Horn was great. I ain't say because you win a belt that you great. Nah, I ain't. But who you talking about? You not talking about Jeff Horn? You not talking about Jeff Horn, bro, and I'm not talking about Jeff Horn. Jeff Horn ain't great for shit. He ain't great. He beat Pacquiao. He's a champion. He a real champion. Jeff Horn won one championship. It's a lot of niggas that won one championship. One championship don't make you great. I'm gonna put that shit up there. I'm gonna put that shit. One championship, and I'm gonna say this loud. One championship don't make you great. That's what make you a great though. One championship don't make you a great. That's what make you great though. That's what make you great though. Them belts with an S. With an S. With an S. One championship don't mean shit. You could look up on one belt. On one belt, you could look up and win one belt. One belt ain't shit. Any nigga could win one belt. You gotta be great to win. You gotta be a good fighter to win one belt. You could be good and win a belt. You could be positioned the right way. You could be maneuvered the right way. You could be put in the right fight. You know what I mean? And win a belt. They could put you with the right matchup and win you one belt. You know what I mean? A good fighter could win one belt. You know what I mean? But it's a little different. It's a little different when you win multiple. When you defend it, multiple, it's different. It's different. One strap don't mean shit. Jeff Horn won one title. It don't mean shit.
Hold up, T. Listen. What I dropped wasn't even for you to even bother with it. But fuck it. Here's my thing. And I'm going to say this real quick because I'm going to say this shit for my cook. I don't care who agree or disagree. I'm going to drop what I'm going to drop. Here's the thing. I love this sport more than any of these niggas. You understand what I'm saying? It's all cool to keep shit, the accolades, this, that, other, blah, blah, blah. I get that. But let me tell you something. When you wake up in the morning, what are you? You ain't those fucking titles. You still are just a fucking avatar. When you go to fuck to sleep, you just a fucking avatar. You ain't none of that shit in between. The whole thing is, I get it. I like titles. I like to see that shit too. But to be real, bro, to be honest, everybody ain't a good fucking champion, bro. That's one thing. We just see. Hold on, let me finish.
Some niggas are though.
Yeah, let me finish. Let me finish.
So don't shake the real champions for a nigga who not even a champ.
All right, but listen, hear what I'm saying, T. Listen, nobody's pissed off about fucking Bud more than me. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. This man fucked up the sport of boxing. He fucked up the sport of boxing. I'm tired of this nigga. We talking about motherfuckers doing. This nigga is stalling the dude out for trying to make a fucking comment. This is a motherfucker with a belt. But he's scared to show that he's even more great or less fucking great. I don't want nobody that's supposed to be that good and representation of a belt is sorry for the sport. He fucked the whole fucking shit up. This is where I'm at. And then you got other guys, they be scared to lose those belts, bro. I'm not rocking with that shit because it also make it bad for motherfuckers who's not afraid to lose that belt. Because you got more motherfuckers afraid to lose that belt than there's motherfuckers that's willing no matter if they lose that belt or not. That's where I'm at with it, bro. And sometimes being a champion and all that shit, I'll fuck with it, but nigga, it makes excuses for motherfuckers. It's a ducking mechanism for dudes, man. That's what I'm saying. So that's why I don't get blown out of it. Because everybody that is a champion, all of them ain't representing that shit good, bro. So it's not for the fucking good, but the bad outweigh the fucking good. Because now, it fucks up the shit of the sport.
And that's why you praise the real and not destroy the real.
Listen, I'm praising the real, but that shit is made for the motherfuckers who ain't moving the right way. See, that shit is what I'm saying.
Drop your link, yo.
Huh?
He said drop your link.
What I'm saying, that shit is for everyone who's fucking up the prestige meaning of having these accolades and titles. Because it is people that get in position of this shit, see, that shouldn't be in position. And then we got casuals that be feeding. I'm sick of boxing, bro. I'm really sick of this shit, but not the sport, but the way motherfuckers is moving. I'm with the champions, all that. I'm with it, T, but I'm from a different time. I'm from a different time, dog.
You from a time of nothing but champions. Nothing but champions, bro.
And guess what? And they all move like champions, T.
Right.
So this is not for everybody. This is for those group of people that's fucking up the demeanor of how to carry a band that. So it's not fuck what Errol did. Not fuck what they'll do. That what I said is for the motherfuckers who's fucking it up. Not everybody, T. And I was hoping that you caught that. Because like I said, I like that shit too. But like I said, titles don't mean nothing to me too much. And that's any type of title. Because people get caught up into having a name. And people get caught up into having a name so much that you got a name, but you ain't got no soul, nigga. You got a name, but you ain't got no heart, nigga. You got a name, but you ain't doing nothing, nigga.
Bingo.
You understand what I'm saying? I'm from that era, bro, so sometimes it may come off like that, and if it do, fuck it, it is what it is. But nigga, I'm in my 50s. I don't represent this bitch-ass move. Fuck that shit. I'm from the era when champions move like fucking champions. Ain't no fucking ducking, holding up shit. I'm coming to get that shit. I'm from the era where the champion like, oh man, fuck it, nigga. I take 5% to come in there and try to whoop your ass off and become the man. That's where I'm from, bro. And most of these champions today ain't moving like that. So the couple that's moving like that, we need more numbers to move like that because right now, T, they are outnumbered by the motherfuckers who ain't moving like that, bro. Now y'all get what I'm saying? I hate motherfuckers representing the shit, bro. I really do. Motherfuckers running, they don't want to compete and shit. This nigga done fucked up the whole sport. If I seen this man, I would smack the shit out of him.
Facts.
Nigga, you could be making a nothing. You been a champion. Bud is the worst representation of athletes and champions I've seen in my fucking 40-something years watching this sport, bro. Mic drop. That's all I was saying. See? It's not to fuck up everybody. But that shit was for Bud and everybody that move like him and for the fans that represent that bullshit and push that bullshit. That's what it was about. See, I ain't losing my mind. Yoda always on this shit. Yoda always on this shit. I just have, I have a southpaw way about bringing shit sometimes. So I'm always where you at, bro. But I wanted to get that off because we got whack-ass motherfuckers that got titles and shit and they ain't moving like the way they're supposed to be moving and it's putting a smear and shit on people that's moving like that. Fuck that. Fuck that nigga. He's bad for the sport of boxing. I'm not watching this motherfucker fight again. I don't give a fuck who he fights because he ain't fighting no fucking body. Easy bait. Yeah. Bud ain't fighting nobody. I'm not watching him fight nobody. No, Virgil is not good. Nobody is good. He suck that real fucking smoke. Fuck that nigga. He's a poor representation of fucking accolades, and I'm not representing him. Anybody that move like that, I will not watch these fights. I don't even want to cook on this nigga no more because it don't make sense because you got retardos out here that see all his evidence. It's just like, see, you commit a fucking murder. And I'm your fucking lawyer, T. And I can see I can't get you out this situation. I know you guilty as fuck. I know I can't even water down your jail time, but I'm fronting like you not. What the fuck? I ain't doing you no justice. I can't stand boy, dog. He fucked up the sport of boxing, bro. And that's why I'm at. He the one that put that taste in my fucking mouth about fucking champions. So he fucked that shit up. You got a couple motherfuckers that's on that easy bake route. Yeah. Shit, doing that shit too. Then you got these nut ass niggas that don't want a motherfucker go through the trenches. They want to take hop, skip, and fucking jump and teleport into fucking title fights. That's what that shit was made about. Anybody that's been going in there and been getting it and fighting the best, not the best available. Fighting the fucking best. Oh, they get all the fucking praise. But the shit that I just dropped, it ain't for them, bro. It ain't for them. It's for all the fucked up motherfuckers out there. And I'm going to be destroying their ass all 2022. You motherfuckers going, when I'm done with this nigga, y'all ain't going to like, y'all Bud defenders, y'all going to stop talking. I'm going to make y'all want to see me in person on Rumble. This nigga's a bad representation for the fucking sport. He is. He definitely is. And I'm not supporting that shit because I'm about to support personally. He's a fucked up piece of shit, bro. He really is. Fucked up piece of shit. Fucked up piece of shit. This nigga fucked that shit up on a very high level, nigga. And we sit here talking about this shit. We got this. He's the poor representation, bro. It's horrible, bro. Horrible.
I'm trying to run his ass. Bro. I'm trying to run his ass into Boots or retirement. Cause I know once he run the Boots, he probably gonna retire.
Somebody gonna get him. I'm gonna tell you, one of these easy bake oven joints ain't gonna come out as motherfucking easy. Like we all see it in boxing. And this motherfucker ain't no exception. When he keep on going overkill and that shit finally catch up with him, I hope that shit happen too. I hope it be somebody out of nowhere and motherfucker turn his motherfucking water off. Then we gonna see what people have to say. I want somebody cause he's hey, respectfully, dude, you's a bitch. Fuck that, I'm real. And I tell you to your fucking face, you fucked up your sport of boxing 2022. You still doing this bullshit, fighting aluminum foils and shit like that. Fuck out of here, bro. No, the fuck out of here. No, I'm not. No. T, I had it enough. I'm really going hard on these niggas in 2023, man. I can't stand no representation like that, bro. I can't stand the people. Come on, man. Don't let this nigga off the hook. Get rid of this nigga. Somebody do something. They won't strip him. He should have been stripped. That nigga should have got stripped even more than what Keith Thurman was, because he really fucked this shit up. We can't even blame Keefy Poo. We can't even come down on Keefy Poo. The way this nigga, you ain't got no injuries. None of this shit. But you moving around like a scary son of a fucking bitch and still trying to see you pound for pound. And people keep on. Anybody else call blood pound for pound, I'm going to punch you in your fucking mouth. And see how that feel pound for pound. I'm dead serious. Say that shit around me, I'm going to punch you in your fucking mouth. Pound for pound. You better say pound for pound or fighting shit.
Keep it real. Hey, I'm just saying the same thing, keep real, but he in the early stages. We got to see what his next couple fights look like. After Ryan, we got to see what he do. But he tiptoeing, dog, for sure. That's why I be trying to tell people. He tiptoeing. All the talent in the world. All the talent in the world. Quick, fast, knock niggas out, strong, all that good shit, bro. I swear to God. I see it, bro. I see it.
We holding his ass to it too. Tank ain't off the motherfucker. Nobody's safe with me, dog. Oh shit. Y'all should know that by now. Ain't nobody fucking safe with me.
Hey, Tank 28, dog. We gonna see what his next couple fight. We go after round, we gonna see what he do. We gonna see what he do.
We gonna see what he gonna do, man. This Loma shit.
Less accolades though. Less accolades though.
Mm-hmm. That's accolades. Yeah, man. Like the fuck out of here, this bullshit. Now this Loma shit. See, you don't need to be wasting no time. I don't know why he even entertained. He was fighting this motherfucker. Now I need more money. What? Nigga, first you needed more time. Now I need more money. No, you don't need no more time and you don't need no more money. Still fuck that motherfucker. Fuck him. You got one fight left. Fight somebody. You ain't gotta fight that nigga. He don't want no parts of you, Dev. Ain't no need to be chasing this nigga like you did before, Dev, because he ain't got nothing to give you. You know what I mean? Fuck, you don't need this a win over this nigga on your resume. You don't, bro. You really fucking don't. There's other fighters out here who ask you can go out here and beat, and trust me, you're going to get more respect. Man, look at you. You getting respect now, so what the fuck makes you think you need Loma? You don't need that nigga. He is useless. Now, if he was George Kambosos and had the belt at the time, yeah, but fuck him. Look, your last fight with Top Rank, nigga, go ahead and fight a fucking can of cherry fucking Coke. I don't give a fuck. That's your last fucking fight because you ain't got nothing else to prove. On to the next. Fuck out of here, man. Fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck that. This nigga is scared. Oh, versus, oh my God, he looks like a heavyweight. I need more time. I gotta drain him out. I'm gonna have to get the Manny Pacquiao treatment, the Canelo treatment and shit. I'm gonna have to go get fucking Dundee. I mean, what's the name that helped out motherfucking Aaron Price? He trying to get all the cheats together for his fucking ass. The fuck out of here. He's taking too long. Now all of a sudden he want more money. Fuck that. Fuck out of here. Bob, you want to put more money in Loma pocket? Don't do it via motherfucking Devin Haney, bitch. I'm sick of you motherfuckers too. Sick of your ass. Let that man go. Nobody else don't want no fucking smoke. Leave him the fuck alone. Let him go up to 140 because I want to see him do that shit up there. He didn't do what he needed to do. He accomplished what he needed to accomplish for me at 135. No, just like everybody else. He didn't beat the people we wanted to see him beat, but he got this shit. Cool. But now, since it's no waste of time, there's no need to be wasting fucking time. And you still growing, bro. You was big. You bigger than Terrence Crawford, so you definitely ain't got no. He definitely ain't got no more time, people, to be waiting for anybody that needs fucking extra time for what? That boy is big. That young man is big.
Who we wanted to see him beat at 135? Because Tank fought at 140 and 130, while Devin was at 35. So who do we really want to see him beat? He beat everybody he's supposed to beat. That's what I be getting at.
Yeah, he beat everybody he was supposed to beat.
Tank fought Barrios at 140, fought Leo at 130. Devin was at 35. I could be like Tank ducked him the whole time, but I don't be on that type of time because that ain't what I'm here for. But that man, I mean, who Shakur just got there. Y'all coming like Devin, man. Them niggas, you know what I mean? Like what you really like? What we really saying? Who didn't he beat? That? Who didn't he beat? Loma would be the only nigga. Would be the last nigga left really. T.O. ducked him. Tank wasn't even fighting at 35 when he was fighting at 35. Shakur was at 30.
Yeah, he laid his motherfucker.
Like, it ain't Devin's fault. It ain't Devin's fault. They treat Devin just like they do Earl Spence. Everybody went the other way on his ass.
Yep. Don't waste no time with them motherfuckers. Don't do a Gary Russell. Don't be wasting your time with some shit where you know motherfuckers don't want to be bothered with you. That's all I want to do.
I ain't never heard a soul put that out there, and I never put it out there on purpose.
Right.
Tank wasn't even fighting at 35 when Devin was there.
Exactly, T. Exactly.
He fighting everywhere but 35. But anyway.
Yep. So he did what he needed to do. And I'm happy for him because he was trying to get that shit done for the fucking longest. And in Devin Haney's credit, 24 now? This young, he was a young boy a few years ago. He's still a young boy to me, but he's a young man. So I'm going to call him a young man. This little motherfucker, 18 and 19 years old, people, was like, yo, bring all these motherfuckers. Every last one. Old heads. Yeah, you that shit. You season vet. I hear you. Season me up. Then I'm with the smoke. I'm a wild banshee. Dev is moving like these girl motherfuckers. They don't give a fuck. Let's get it. Except for these motherfuckers is moving away from you. So you just because he didn't, fight the people we wanted to see him fight, we can't discredit him for that because that's not his fault. You could blame none if you blame anybody. You go to the blame game on it. So that's my whole thing is you ain't got to do nothing else at 35. Fuck them belts. Tell Bob, here, take these little couple pennies, nigga, and fuck your last fight because I ain't got time to be fucking around with you because there ain't nothing else here for me, nigga. You gonna need half of your motherfucker. You gonna need about 12 of your dudes to put all your hearts into one to have enough heart to fight me. So he ain't got to do nothing else. And me as a fucking boxer fan, bro, you did what you needed to do at 35. And I don't even want you being there as we speak right now. Move the fuck on, bro. Move the fuck on. You ain't got to do nothing else, bro. You did what you needed to do. Fuck what everybody's saying right now. Move on. Wash. Rinse. Do that shit again at 40 because a lot of people think you can. And I want to sit back and watch the whole shit plan out. Just like I did with 35, I want to see you grow up in 40 for as long as you be there. Hopefully, motherfuckers will fight you sooner at 40. I think which probably would. You know what I mean? Some guys is going ducky. But I don't think it'd be the same amount at 35. You know what I'm saying? So fuck 35. Go to 40. Show them I'm about to do this shit again. I'm going to make history, you rotten motherfuckers, you rat bastards. I'm going to become undisputed again and be the youngest to do it. Multiple times in the full belt era. Devin Haney is about to Clarissa Shields undisputed like shit in men's boxing, and he can do it. So that's why it ain't no need for this man to waste no more time. And I'm going to be behind him 100% because I really think he can do it. He can do it. Until he get up there and proven otherwise, he can fucking do it. Keep on doing that shit, bro. You ain't got no time to be breaking around with these motherfuckers. The boy's young. He got plenty of options. The kid can fuck around and do it 3 times. Holla at your boy, man, if y'all feeling it. Holla at your boy, and I wouldn't be surprised if that's the motherfucking plan because they so confident. And the boy's bad. He only gonna get a little better. He tighten up on that inside. If he tighten up the nuts a little bit more on that inside game, which is not too, it ain't too loose. Let's keep it real. The little holes that Dev had, people are not really loose like the holes that other people have. Let's be real. So he's gonna be the closest thing to perfect. I mean, he might not be 10, but that motherfucker could wind up being 9.8, 9.9. That's what motherfucker what's my man name? Pretty boy. That nigga wasn't perfect, but he was the closest, he got close to perfect as you can get. So we say 9.8, 9.7. That young man can do it. And while motherfuckers is running around, wasting time, you know, trying to buy their way or suck their way into title shots, shouldn't get those opportunities, bullshitting. This man is young and he's getting older, but guess what? His body is growing. Then his body is aging, meaning he's growing up. So he ain't come to his stop yet. See, his growth spurt didn't come to a stop yet, people. That young man can do and become 3 times in a four belt era. You heard it from me fucking first. You heard it over here from us first. Because ain't none of you motherfuckers said that much. Y'all still stuck on the fact that he defended. Now y'all ain't even talking about he can go up to 40 and do it. Even the man got the best options in boxing. And these things that I just said is the reason why, baby. That's not up for debate. That's not up for debate, man. This kid can really wind up being the biggest successor overall in his 4 belt fucking era, man. And I know he ain't gonna stop at 2 times. Shit, I wouldn't. I'll be looking at women boxing, be motivated as a motherfucker. I like this seeing in shit. Period. To see a male boxer undisputed 3 fucking times in 3 different weight classes. You know, that shit happened right before I was able to watch boxing. You know what I'm saying? That's the last time that happened like that. And even the golden era with Ali and them, they didn't do it like that. Maybe once or twice, but not at the level that they doing now. And this kid, when I get about 80 years old, I'm still around, this motherfucker being in history books. He's gonna fuck around and be in the Guinness books or world fucking records before it is accomplished. You probably can get that already by being the youngest lightweight in the 4 belt era. So that's gonna get jotted down. Oh man, he can do a whole fucking lot, man. He can do a whole lot. If anybody that's coming to the sport of boxing or that's still into the sport that's boxing, man, look at the young boy for motivation. You need somebody to motivate you. Your fighters coming up, and even so, you motherfuckers are having a hard time getting yourself motivated. I suggest you take a page out of Devin Haney and Errol Spence. Anybody need any motivation? You fighting and you just they the two. All right, let them be your fucking idols. Idolize them, pattern behind them, because that's what real champions. That's how they move. That's how the fuck they move. Not half-ass champions. You know what I mean? Right. I just hate the fact that motherfuckers is getting robbed and fucked over, you know, for making the opportunity. So that's why I can't fuck with that black cherry scary motherfucker, man. Nah, bro.
Yeah, Bud fucking the game. Bud fucked the game. Bud damn near ruined boxing damn near with this Earl Spin shit, dog. For real. Like as far as like the boxing community, like for real, like these last 2-3 years, motherfuckers, it's been wild on this bitch. You know what I mean? That nigga damn near ruined that shit for real. Like, and they say, "Oh, you blame?" But yeah, because bro, he don't want to fight, but he just don't, bro. If you still saying otherwise, bro, you just delusional at this point. You know what I mean? The man don't want to fight. 1, because he said it multiple times, right? 2, because he just fought fucking Avanesian in December when he was supposed to fight Earl. Now y'all gonna tell me he gonna fight him later at 54. No, bro. No, he not, bro. Who gives a fuck? Don't nobody give a fuck about that at 54. Bud, bro, first of all, we don't care about Bud enough to even we don't care about Bud enough. We don't care about Bud. It's the WBO strap. That's really what I'm getting at. Like, it's because he has that title, and Earl Spence was trying to get undisputed. That's where Bud cachet comes from. The Earl Spence saga. Not nothing he did in between. Not none of his fights. Bud cachet come from the fight he didn't fight, which was Earl Spence. That shit at 54, it's big because you said get a belt. I got a belt. I'm gonna get my straps, then we gonna fight. That's why that fight be. It's literally the whole situation is centered around the fucking undisputed fight with them two. That's why it's big between them two. Not because of them. That fight wasn't even no shit we was worried about. You know what I mean? Now there are fights that are big without straps. Like I think Devin and Tank, the belts don't really matter for them at all. They can fight on the street. We'll watch that shit. You know, the belts don't matter with them two niggas. Because that's personal. That's a history. Earl and Bud didn't have no fucking history. Bud came up to 140, said, I'm not even fighting Earl Spence. I'm fighting Manny Pacquiao and Keith. You know what I'm saying? This folks ain't. That shit came because Bud, you said get a strap. Earl, so I'm about to get 2 more straps and then we go fight. But that's why this shit big. Bud could be 2-time undisputed. Ain't nobody ever did that shit ever before. Ever. That's why that shit big. Earl Spence ain't never had undisputed. Earl number 1 in the division. Bud number 2 in the division. That's why that fight big. Them niggas ain't gonna be 1 and 2 at 54. They're gonna be, you know, some niggas at 54, right? 6 and 7. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why that fight the same at 54 as if it's for undisputed. That's the thing. That shit adds to it, bro. Like, they're big fights. They create fucking belts for big fights because belts add to big fights. You get what I mean? They just I seen them make up hella belts for Floyd. Just make up belts. Now it'll be a real belt on the line too, right? But they'll make up a fucking diamond belt. I seen them make up a diamond belt for Floyd Mayweather against who the fuck was that against? Chris Shields got a diamond belt too. But I seen them create a diamond belt. I think that was against Pacquiao. Something like that. Canelo, diamond belt or something. You know what I mean? That shit, it adds. It adds to not the fake belt, not the diamond belt, no shit like that, but like the actual belts. It add to these fighters, you know. It add to the fights for sure. You know what I mean? What's better than motherfucking Lakers and Celtics? Lakers and Celtics in the finals. You know what I mean? What's better than fucking goddamn Yankees and Red Sox? Yankees and Red Sox in the divisional playoffs or in the wild card, wherever the fuck you get it. It's better in the playoffs when something on the line. Shit, always better when something on the line, man. You know what I mean? It's always better. I really ain't trying to see Bud and EJ at 54, bro. I don't give a fuck. Like, I'd rather see Fondora and Earl at 54. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather see Jamel and Earl at 54. Once Earl move up to 54, it's new shit I want to see. You know what I mean? It's new shit. I want to see Earl and Keith because it's history. It's a beef there. That fight, y'all don't feel me. Y'all ain't staying with me. Y'all don't feel me. That fight don't need no belts. I feel, some fights do not need straps. Earl and Keith don't need no straps. Tank and David don't need no fucking straps. Let them folks ass go. You know what I mean? Let them folks ass go. Let them dogs off the leash. You know what I'm saying? Let them folks go. But Earl and Bud, we don't give a fuck about Bud like that. I do. He my favorite. But people don't. In general, they don't. But Bud ain't. This is popular as Bud ever been, bro, is now with linked to Earl Spence, bro. As a Bud fan, I know this much. I know this much. This is probably as he ever been. Is now. Bro, we do not care about Bud. What I'm trying to do is get motherfuckers to care about Bud outside of Spence. I'm trying to separate the two, and we can't even get motherfuckers to talk about it. Motherfuckers either not talking about Bud or we mad that he ducked Earl. And I understand it, bro. I get it. You know what I mean? But it's other shit. Like I hate, have like I'm talking about, Bud and go to boy and shit, right? My whole chat coming here still, man. Damn, man, you supposed to fight. You get what I'm saying? He done fucked up the sport. For real. He done fucked up the sport. You know what I'm saying? He done fucked up the sport. He didn't fuck this shit. Niggas don't even care about straps no more. Because it's so fugazi out here with these belts. You got some of the biggest names in boxing out here moving weird as hell with straps. Canelo already fucking it up. You know what I mean? And you got Bud coming here thinking he Canelo Jr., right? You got AJ fighting everybody except Wilder. Look, you got Bud fighting nobody, especially EJ. It's a difference. Y'all heard what I said? You got AJ fighting everybody except Wilder. You got Bud fighting nobody, especially EJ. It's a difference, right? It's levels to this shit. Because AJ do fight everybody else, but he ducked Wilder. Bud don't fight nobody. And he won't fight Earl. It's levels, man. You know what I mean? Right, OTB. He said, let's do it. Let's do it for no strap. Let's do it in the street. Get out of here, man. How about let's do it at 147, bro? Like we was trying to negotiate. You know what I mean? He's in the end prophesying with Golden, but will ultimately benefit Oscar. Yep, because Oscar focus is not Bud versus Spence. Yep, the end game is Virgil knocking out Crawford on pay-per-view. Yep. Though we was talking about. Yep, it made perfect sense. That's what I said. We letting go Earl and Bud. That's what I'm doing. I'm separating us. OTB was good. I'm separating us. It's OT. Don't nobody care about Earl and Bud fighting in the parking lot. OTB. That fight ain't that. It ain't no real beef there. Because you got Bud saying, let's fight in the park. Then you got him saying, Earl, my friend, I talked to him on the phone. He don't pay for pay-per-view. You know what I mean? Then you got that shit. So do you want to fight him in the parking lot or is that your friend you talk to him on the phone? You know what I mean? Ain't no real beef there. Ain't nobody trying to watch Earl and Bud fight in the parking lot. We won't see them niggas fight for Undisputed. I'm watching Tank and Devin fight in the parking lot. I'm watching Earl and Keith fight in the parking lot. I'm watching Bud and Gary Russell fight in the parking lot. You get what I'm saying? We will watch those fights for no belts. Earl and Bud is not a no title fight. You get what I'm saying? It's not a no title fight. You know what I mean? I'm not watching that shit without no. It's not that. It don't move me that way. You know what I mean? Now I watch Gary and Bud at a catchweight in the parking lot. Because it's some shit there. You know what I mean? I watch Bud and Jose Benavidez fight in the parking lot. Because it was some shit there. You know what I'm saying? Earl and Bud is only a fight I want to see for titles. It's only a fight I want to see for Undisputed, bro. I only want to see them fight for Undisputed. You know what I mean? The Undisputed at 140, 47, 54. If Bud did that, he low key. Now he would have been the GOAT easily. He didn't even Johnny Q. Bud didn't even have to get 3 divisions, nigga. Bud could have got Undisputed at 140, and he could have beat EJ at 147. Now I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about, OTB. I don't know what you're talking about. That's the Bud love right there, OTB. And I love Bud too. But this clear as day. Clear as day, dog. He said it's never gonna happen. He said fight me in the parking lot. He said we talk on the phone. I got his number. He said it's gonna happen. He said it's not gonna happen. He said spin the block. He said never. He said not even at 54. Y'all remember that? He already said not even at 54. He already told us. Oh shit. He already told us not even at 50. But look, Johnny, I'm through fucking with OTB. He said, stop. You watching EJ get beat up wherever he would be there. No, I'm not. I don't want to see that in the parking lot, bro. It's not the same in the parking lot. I do not want to see them fight in the parking lot. Nope. They say early EJ fight in the parking lot. I'm going to say that shit ain't for Undisputed. I don't give a fuck. They say Tank and Devin fight in the parking lot. Nigga, I'm going to hit 100 to the motherfucking parking lot, nigga. I'm jumping over tables, nigga. I'm pushing niggas out the way, nigga. I'm stepping on niggas' J's, nigga. You know what I mean? I'm not rushed. Nope. I'm gonna say the first thing they say, Earl and EJ fight in the park. I'm gonna say, why they didn't do it in the ring? They gonna say Devin and Tank fight in the parking lot. I'm gonna say for real. Nigga, I'm gonna throw the lunch. I'm gonna throw the lunch on the floor and everything. I'm gonna be running to the parking lot. It's a difference, dog. I'm gonna be like Earl and EJ stupid as hell for fighting in the parking lot. Y'all dumbass. I'm like, y'all dumb as hell for fighting in the parking lot with y'all dumbass. Get y'all dumbass out. I'm gonna lock they dumbass up. Take both they stupid ass to jail right now. Fighting this goddamn parking lot. But Tank and David, you might not be able to stop that fight in the parking lot. They might have to go and get this shit out their chest. Earl and Keith, they might have to go and get this shit out their chest. Gary and Bud, that's who Bud need to be trying to fight in the parking lot, OTB. But stop, don't make me do that to my brother, boy. You make me get off track. You make me get off track, OTB. Make me get off track, OTB. Hey, but look, Johnny Q, Bud don't even got to win Undisputed at 54, bro. Bud got Undisputed at 140. If Bud had to beat motherfucking Errol Spence at 47, been 2-time Undisputed, right? That would have made him the fucking GOAT. I don't care what nobody would have told me because ain't nobody ever got 2-time Undisputed. Now, you could maybe say Ali because he was a heavyweight. Now, that shit, so I give you the heavyweights and shit. But all them niggas who was under heavyweight and shit, nope. Not going for it. I'm gonna say Bud. I would have been saying Bud the best nigga, not a heavyweight. He the best nigga. he the best nigga, not Muhammad Ali. If he had a guy undisputed at 140, the people gonna say he didn't beat nobody at 140. Cool, I feel you, cool, bet. But nigga, if he had to beat Errol fucking Spence, the fucking monster, nigga like a monster right now, right? The nigga with all the belts at 147, right? Who the people's champion, who everybody think is the best fighter at 47, who a lot of people, the people, not the ranking, not ESPN, but the people who the people feel like is the pound for pound number one fighter in the world. And then you on ranking system, you the number one pound for pound fighter in the world. So if you had to beat the people's champ, the number one pound for pound versus the people's champ, if you had to beat that nigga, hell yeah, you would have been the best motherfucking fighter after Ali to me, goddamn it. And nobody would able to tell me no different. People think I went into this shit wanting Bud Crawford to win this fight, bro. I went into this shit thinking that maybe he couldn't win, but wanting him to win this motherfucking fight. So I could say Bud Crawford is the best fighter in the world because he would have beat that nigga. If he would have beat EJ, Bud would have, if he would have beat EJ for undisputed. See what I'm saying? It's a difference. If he would have beat EJ at 47 for undisputed, you being undisputed at 140, meaning that you the best fighter in the world at 140. You the best guy under 147 pounds, right? You the best guy under 147 pounds. Shout out my guy Hustles Home in the super chat. He said, salute, champ. Keep cooking. You know what I mean? Greatly appreciate your cash apps and super chats. All welcome, but the support is free. Hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. You know what I mean? Shout out my guy Hustle Homes for paying for the stream. If anybody else want to donate, if y'all could send that thing to the cash out because I get to use that instantly and cash out. Don't take 30% from your brother. Greatly appreciate you. Greatly appreciate you. But hell yeah, if he had him winning undisputed at 140, that means he the best nigga under 140 and down. Nigga, if you move up and you beat who most people see the best fighter in the world, right? In the world, Craig, not just the city, but the world, who most people see the best fighter in the world is Errol Spence, you goddamn right I was going to put Bud Crawford after Muhammad Ali. And y'all could have called me stupid and all this shit y'all wanted to. But I don't give a damn because Errol Spence is that nigga. He is that nigga. And if Bud would have beat that nigga, y'all seen what I did right there? Because Errol Spence is that nigga, right? I'm a Bud fan who sees that. And if Bud would have beat that nigga for undisputed in his division, goddamn it, damn right, I would have put him after Ali. Y'all would have had to argue me down off of here about him being better than Sugar Ray. So I understand Sugar Ray won 80 fights in a row. He knocked everybody out. He was knocking niggas out every other weekend. He got undisputed at his time. Yeah, I feel you. But his undisputed was 2 belts, right? And he did that shit. He ain't get 4, and he ain't do this shit. You know what I mean? 2 times. You know what I mean? It's a difference, right? I feel you. I get you. But y'all would have had to argue me down out there here, bro. I wasn't going. I would not have been going. Originally, I wanted to see Bud beat Earl. I liked Errol Spence too. You know what I mean? I know who he was. I know he fucked with Jermell. I know he fucked with AB, right? I know he fucked with Flo. I know he the dude that they were saying they beat him. I know who he was too. I'm like, hell yeah, Bud. Whoop this nigga. You moving up, so you might well go whoop this nigga. You whoop this nigga, hell yeah, you the best. Anybody say shit. 2-time undisputed. And then my nigga just started doing all this weird ass shit. Man just got up here and started doing all this weird ass shit I ain't never seen him do before in his life and shit. I'm like, damn, Bud, you scared of this nigga, B? B, you scared of this nigga, B? B, I know you ain't scared of this nigga. My mom like, B, I know you ain't scared of this nigga, Bud. And then a year went by, I'm like, Bud, you still ain't fought this dude. I know, okay, well, all right, we go get him. We go get him, right? We go get him, Bud. Right there, another year went by. I'm like, okay, shit. So Earl got 2 straps now. He about to fight. Shit, Ugas. You know what I mean? Then he fight Ugas. I'm like, okay, bro, now, all right. Like, yeah, they gonna fight, nigga. My source took, hey, bro, it's a date, bro. September, like, oh, yeah, we finna. And then, bro, what the fuck is going on here, bro? I have never seen my brother move in such fucking disgusting form, bro. Disgusting behavior by Terrence Bud Crawford when it came to Errol Spence, bro. Disgusting behavior by Terrence Bud Crawford when it came to Errol Spence, bro. You know what I mean? I'd never seen my guy energy be quite like that, bro. And I know I probably seen more Bud fights than 99% of you motherfuckers. I was watching Bud fights before Errol Spence got into the fucking pros. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see Errol Spence's first fight. I didn't see the first fucking 7, 8, 9, 10 of them bitches. I probably started watching Earl when that nigga was like fucking 12-0, maybe 11-0, some shit like that, up in that area. You get what I'm saying? I was watching Bud shit, motherfucking fighting on fucking carnivals and shit on ESPN when he was on goddamn niggas like fucking fucking undercard was that he was on motherfucking he was on who fucking undercards. I forget who undercard was on, but black ass nigga with dreads, Bud Crawford knocked the nigga ass out outside. I've been watching Bud since he knocked the nigga ass out outside at the fucking fairground. You know what I mean? Nigga had the fucking beady dreads. You know what I mean? I knew who he was first. And Coach Joe was good, Coach. Appreciate you sliding through. You know what I mean? It's just this situation. Y'all can't tell me I'm not a Bull fan because I don't think he beat Errol Spence, bro. At first, I was always questionable. But I like fighters because they fight questionable fights, because they fight fights that I might not necessarily think that they're going to win, right? I like fighters because they fight fights I don't necessarily think they go win. When Bud said I wasn't gonna fight Errol, I'm gonna fight Manny and Keith. I'm riding with him. Manny and Keith, they were a little bigger than early time. Cool, I get it. Boom. Once you said you go fight Errol, I'm like, oh shit. You know what I mean? Oh shit. So shit. You beat this dude who the number one fighter at 47 for sure, right? I might feel like you better than him overall right now at that time because I did. But if shit going on, but Bud don't move like that, bro. I don't think he could beat this guy. And that's why I like fighters. You fighting fights that I don't necessarily know if you could win. You know what I mean? Them the fights, them what make me like motherfuckers as fighters type shit. And Bud chose to go the other way on this jump. And Bud chose to go the other way. And I gotta call it a duck, a spade, a spade. It is what it is. Now, you know, I gotta get past it too, right? He ducked, he fucked up boxing. He got me fighting with my brothers, me fighting with my sisters. Now that she got the whole community, right? Earl versus Bud, Bud versus Earl, blah this, blah 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 that. You know what I mean? Yeah, he fucked the game up. So I gotta get on him for that. I gotta get him for that because it's bigger than just you. You can't be out here, you know, throwing salt in the game, you know, fucking the game up, confusing the people, right? Got my brother looking at me different, got my sister looking at me different. You know what I mean? Shit. So I gotta bring light to it. And I'm gonna do all that motherfucking ass like that. You know what I mean? Every fighter who fucking the game up. And sometimes you like them, sometimes you don't. But it's these niggas out here fucking the game up. You know what I mean? So I gotta bring light to you fucking the game up no matter how much I like you or don't like you. You know what I mean? You fucking the game up. You know what I mean? Bud fuck the game up with this one. And what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to put a band-aid on that bitch, right? Let this nigga do what he do at 47 because he go do it regardless. He go do what he want to do. He grown as man. He even showed us. He ain't fighting Earl, right? Earl at 54. It makes sense for him to sign a Golden Boy. He ain't signed a Golden Boy yet, right? It ain't a done deal. But Golden Boy is publicly trying to sign Bud, right? He probably go fight Rocha next, who on Golden Boy. Probably gonna have to fight Virgil Ortiz next after that, right? Right? He been talking about fighting Virgil for a minute. Virgil called him out after Virgil last fight, right? He went to Virgil fight before, went to Rocha fight. You know what I mean? His next couple fights probably gonna be over there on Golden Boy. He's at 147. You know what I mean? Virgil Ortiz for conversation purpose, right? Let's just say he beats Stenonis. Probably gonna beat Stenonis, right? WBA champ in the house at Golden Boy. Possible fight. If everything happened the way it's supposed to, right? Possible fight. Rocha, more than likely mandatory. Possible fight. That's why he went to scout his fight. He went to scout Rocha and meet with Golden Boy to hear, you know, that they plans for him, they ideas with him. Your next fight, right? You're a promotional free agent, Bud Crawford. So your next fight, you probably go more than likely fight on your opponent's promotional company if he has a major company. If it's somebody without a major company, then you probably would, you know, you'll use somebody like BLK Prime or something like that, right? But when you sign to certain fighters, when you sign to fight certain fighters, more likely you go with that promotion company. Like you would have went with PBC to fight Earl if you had to fight Earl. Like, you know, you probably about to go with the Zone to fight Alexis Rocha, right? Anyway, you probably gonna end up fighting on the Zone or the Zone fighter anyway. So it makes sense if you Bud, right? It makes even more sense if you Oscar De La Hoya because you get to keep all your fights in-house, right? Instead of Bud beating Alexis Rocha, right? Beating one of your fighters, you're able to successfully sign Bud, he becomes your fighter as well. Bud versus Rocha for the WBO mandatory in-house fight, right? Let's say your fighter is successful if you Oscar De La Hoya at beating Stenonis. Now you got the WBA champ and the WBO champ. They want to fight each other. Now with Bud fight Virgil Ortiz, it's for unification, and your fighter never loses because they both are your fighter. You get what I'm saying? Another scenario: if Virgil Ortiz happens to lose to Stanonis, right? You get Virgil Ortiz one title shot with Stanonis. Let's say he lose, you bounce back, you sign Bud, you get him another title shot for the WBO. You know what I mean? So he get to bounce back with another title shot, whether he win or lose. It's gonna be unification or bounce back. You get what I'm saying? So ultimately, if you ask De La Hoya, makes perfect sense for you. Makes perfect sense for you. You know what I mean? So if we could separate, right, Earl Spence and Bud Crawford, if we could separate the two, you know what I mean? We could separate, oh, this guy ducked that guy or that guy ducked that guy, and we could kind of, see the end game of what's going on. And just to finish off, right? If you Bud, let's say your plan go your way, you beat Rocha, you beat Virgil, right? Earl Spence is at 54. He probably not coming back down. He's gonna do 54 things. That means Boots is gonna be the IBF champion, right? You'll be the WBA and WBO champion. Eventually, the fight that I want to see, right, which is my end game, right? So I want to see the best fight the best in each division. Eventually, I want to see Earl Spence fight the best at 154, whether that's Jermell Charlo, whether that's going to be Fondora, Tim Tszyu, Tony Harrison, whoever it may be, right? I want to see Earl fight the best at 54. I want to see the best at 147 fight. And it's still a big fight down there at 147 that garners attention, right? It's a few fights. Virgil versus Bud, Virgil versus Boots, Boots versus Virgil type thing. But another one is Boots versus Bud. If Bud is successful in the Golden Boy situation, Rocha, Ortiz, Bud will have the WBO and the WBA. Boots will have the IBF. The WBC is still up in the air. It's still business to be taken care of at 147. Earl Spence is fighting Keith Thurman at 54. I need us to wrap our minds around that. That man is at 54. He probably not coming back down. Those interim champions, Jerome Boots Ennis, may as well be a champion. The Stanonis Virgil Ortiz winner may as well be a champion. You get what I'm saying? 147 is about to get you shaking and moving. Earl Spence might not be the one they're fighting, they beat Bud, right? We know it ain't gonna be Rocha. Virgil got a shot, right? If Stanonis beat Virgil, right, he will have a shot, right? But Jerome Boots Ennis, he's still down there at 47. That man wants undisputed. You know what I mean? So eventually their Boots and their Bud train go come to a meeting. We go get that super fight at 147, right? That we want. Ain't no way Bud could get out of fight Manny Pacquiao, Earl Spence, and Jerome Boots Ennis, and people not realize what's going on, right? Now he could retire before he get to Jerome Boots Ennis, which then opens up the division for Boots to become undisputed. We'll still have that guy Earl Spence Jr. at 154, right? Y'all see where I'm going with this? So in about 2-3 fights, who says Earl Spence is not going to be undisputed or on the path? Or maybe we have a Fondora and Earl for undisputed at 54, right? So we got Earl and Fondora for undisputed at 54. Then we got Jerome Boots Ennis versus Virgil Ortiz, maybe a fight in between, the Bud loss, he get a strap back whatsoever type deal. And we got, Boots versus Bud. My bad, I said Virgil. Boots versus Bud, right? Undisputed at 147. Then you got Earl versus Fondora for Spirit at 54. Maybe we get an undisputed versus undisputed. I think an undisputed versus undisputed will bring that same cachet back to Earl versus Bud for 47 and 54, right? Or Boots versus Earl, double undisputed. That's a fight people was saying that they wanted. People wanted to see Earl versus Boots, right? Now with one guy being at 54, one guy being at 47, you know what I mean? We gotta look at what's in front of them. Bud got 47 business, Earl got 54 business. And I like it because Boots is at 47. We got Fondora at 54. So we might get a bunch of good fights out of it. And we may end up getting an even better fight on the back end. The super fight may be fucking Jerome Boots Ennis versus Fondora. Who knows? Maybe Earl and Bud both may miss the mark. You get what I'm saying? It may be Boots versus Fondora, double unification. It could be Boots versus Earl, double unification. You know what I mean? However the chips may fall. But I feel like right now it's more so the move, like the stuff being talked about, Bud going to Golden Boy, everybody pissed off. If we really looking at it, if we taking the disappointment, our feelings, the upset, all this shit out, the early Spence thing, it actually makes sense for Bud, makes a whole lot of sense for Golden Boy as well. You know what I mean? He said Bud going to retire, especially if he signs to Golden Boy. That's an exit strategy, probably so. But even then, though, right? Even if Bud retires, that opens up the floodgate. That opens up the floodgate, for Jerome Boost Ennis at 47, right? And then, right, if Bud retire, that's my mind goes straight. My mind goes straight into double undisputed. My mind goes straight into a double undisputed fight. So that means if Bud retired, Jerome Booth Ennis probably gonna end up, getting undisputed, right? Jerome Booth Ennis gonna probably end up getting undisputed at 54. Who knows who gonna get undisputed, right? I like Earl odds. I like Fondora odds. I think Tony Harrison is a player. You know what I mean? So who knows who gonna get it, right? But I start looking at double undisputed. You know what I mean? I want as quickly as possible, right, for Earl Spence to officially, vacate type deal. So we could really get those interim, so we can get Boots, we can get the Boots era going, right? And I want to see how the Boots and the Bud situation shake out. The Boots, Virgil, Bud, Connor Ben, Stallone, this whole situation shake out. Right. I'm ready to. Shit. Okay. Hold on. Oh, shit. My bad. I'm on the YouTube screen. I went on the stream, y'all. My bad,
Yeah.
fool.
Hey T, I need to send a message. Like, I know a lot of guys in the chat, like, they're assuming that Bud's just gonna fucking walk through Virgil Ortiz. But think about this. Let me throw some numbers at you. Terrence Crawford, the only guy he has fought in his 20s was Jeff Horn, when Jeff Horn was 29 years old. All of Bud's other opponents at 147, and most of them at 140, have been over 30 years old. Terrence Crawford is about to do, if he signs with Golden Boy, they're going to put him against a 25-year-old Alexis Rocha, who's probably walking into his prime, and then they're going to throw him in with Virgil Ortiz, who is a better version of Alexis Rocha and is improving, if his improvement is what they're hoping to be. So Terrence Crawford is taking a big freaking chance, and it might bite him in the ass. And that's what Oscar is planning. Oscar is not planning to make like Crawford for suspense. He's planning for Virgil Ortiz to beat the shit out of Terrence Crawford, and for Virgil Ortiz to become the new Canelo, the new cash cow at Golden Boy. So that's my message. So, but I'm not guaranteeing that Virgil Ortiz beats Terrence Crawford. All I'm saying is that's a big risk he's taking. That's it.
Yeah, agreed. I agree. Yep, I agree that there's Virgil playing, because like I was saying, shit, they won't, not Virgil, but there's Oscar playing. They want Virgil, you know what I mean, to be a champion, especially if you Oscar Virgil, your boy, not Bud. But you sign Bud for the just in case, because you got to put your guy in there, right? It's still a chance. It's a fight, right? So it's a chance that your guy lose. So why not make both guys your guys? Mm-hmm. But you're absolutely right. I totally agree with that. But that's the interest of it, right? Because you fight Rocha, which not gonna be easy, even if you win it. Not gonna be easy. You fight Rocha, right? Then you go into Virgil, which ain't guaranteed either. You know what I mean? There's two guys, valiant guys. Virgil a little stronger than Rocha. Rocha got power. You know what I'm saying? Not gonna be easy fights. You know what I'm saying? Not gonna be easy fights. But it's the end game to it, I think. And I think the end game is go lead whoever the winner of this Golden Boy saga, right? The winner of that is going to be led straight into Jerome Boost Ennis. And the WBC is still up in the air. I'm not really sure who they going to make. I have to check the WBC rankings. Who was ranked in the WBC? I'm not really sure what they going to do. But Earl Spence at 54, y'all. These titles pretty much vacant. Jerome Boost Ennis is the IBF champ. We might as well just go and call it what it is. Stanonis and Virgil is around the corner. the winner of that, maybe by the time that fight happened, that belt gonna be for the official 147-pound strap, right? So I'm not upset with Bud signing with Golden Boy. I agree with Alex. Like this Golden Boy ain't just gonna be. I know people go, throw Rocha away, they throw him away, they go discredit him and all that good shit, and very well so because he's not a big name or nothing like that, right? But boxing is about the best fighting the best, and the only person that beat Rocha is Speedy Rashidi Ellis. Now Speedy Rashidi Ellis just lost to Villa. Some people feel like Speedy Rashidi Ellis got robbed, against Villa. So some people don't even feel like he lost to Villa, right? But Rocha only got one loss. That's the Villa. Rocha only got one loss. That's the Villa. And Rocha only got one loss, and that's the Villa. So, I ain't not Villa. Rocha got one loss, and that's the Speedy, who only got one loss, and that's the Villa. So I ain't just gonna say that, Rocha gonna be a walk in the park for him. I don't think it's gonna be a walk in the park for him. I think he gonna have to dig down and fight for them because let me ask y'all real quick. I got 19 people in the bid. Y'all do your boy a favor, y'all smash that like button. Did y'all see, and I'm finna get up out here because I know G5 about to go live soon. Did y'all happen to see Bud Crawford versus David Avenisia? Real quick. Did y'all happen to see Speedy? Did y'all happen to see Bud Crawford versus David Avenisia? Bud Crawford went to war. He had to bite down on his gum shit. He had to bite down on his mouthpiece against David Avenisia. Alexis Rocha is better than David Avenisia. He hits harder than David Avenisia. You get what I'm saying? But Crawford, he couldn't really use his movement and his range against David Avenisia, who was still able to land on him. He had more success fighting David Avenisia in the pocket, going toe-to-toe with him. Alexis Rocha, better version of David Avenisia, more strong, right? Younger athlete, harder one-punch power. You get what I'm saying? This fight with Alexis Rocha ain't just going to be as easy as everybody think, right? You got some people who feel like he going to walk right through him. I think that's because they're uneducated when it comes to Alexis Rocha. Not saying that he won't do it, because he very well can do it. He Bud Crawford, right? But I don't believe that he's going to be able to just walk straight through Rocha like everybody think, right? Rocha's going to put up a hell of a fight. If you see the David Avenisia fight, you know that. You will know that, right? Because the fight with David Avenisia, Bud had to, I don't want to say he went life and death because he wasn't bleeding or hurt or cut or no shit like that. But he had to dig down, he had to bite down, and he had to fight himself up. He had to fight Avenisia up off him. You get what I'm saying? Eventually got the knockout. He's going to be going in there with, a better guy than David Avenisia, harder puncher. I think it's going to get interesting, right? And even if Alexis Rocha, right, which is going to be an uphill battle, right? Even if Alexis Rocha doesn't win that fight, then you go in there with Virgil Ortiz, right, who's a bigger version than Alexis Rocha. You get what I mean? So it's going to be interesting to see. I understand, right? People are upset about it. Some people don't want to watch these fights at all, right? Especially when you go from Errol Spence to Alexis Rocha. I get it. Huge gap, huge letdown, right? I get it. But I do think that fight is going to be worth the watch, right? Not on pay-per-view at all. If it's on the zone, most definitely go check it out. Not paying for it on pay-per-view, not even gonna lie to y'all, type deal. But if it's the zone fight, I think that fight is gonna be worth the watch, right? Rocha is gonna put up a fight for him. Bud very well could get knocked down in that fight against Rocha, right? Not saying he gonna lose, but I think Rocha could put him down. Did y'all see Rocha last fight? I know it was against nobody, but put that man ass out, cold, sleep, face down. Check that junk out, the highlight. But I'm finna get up out of here. I ain't gonna keep out in this thing too much longer. As the nigga that said, hitting 3 hours. Greatly appreciate y'all folks sliding through this junk. Skin Holloway, Sudden T. This ain't the pat. Shout out my nigga Yoda Wise, my co-host Yoda Wise, sliding through her, dropping the bombs as always. Everybody that came through here. Shout out my guy Hustles Home in the super chat. I think those Hustles Home. Shout out my guy in the super chat. Shout out everybody sliding through this thing. Make sure if y'all catch on the playback, y'all hit that thumbs up for your boy as well. Skinner Holloway, Southern T. This ain't the past. This ain't the future. But it's the present. That's how we rock 'em. And I'm out. Love.